PSG.LGD's turn to ban. Team Aster's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. PSG.LGD's turn to ban. Aster's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. PSG.LGD's turn to pick. Team Aster's turn to pick.
Weaver.
Team Aster's turn. PSG.LGD's turn to pick.
Lion.
Ten seconds remaining. PSG.LGD's
Tide Hunter.
Team Aster's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
But imagining that they're both offlane heroes can't either able to do stuff no matter who they're up against. But only considering when you pick up the Tide Hunters, you ban out the counters to it. Get rid of the Ursa, get rid of the Slark. Anybody who's able to stand through range is pretty good as well, so getting rid of that one.
I'd expect a Disruptor ban. Like Disruptor is one of those heroes that really makes the Tide Hunter's life like very difficult, especially when you have a Mars as well, because not only is he trapped inside the arena, but you have the other options as like Kinetic Field and Static Storm, and Tide Hunter hates dealing with that type of control. Doom is another hero that, you know, got popularized or started getting picked again. Already have the Mars, so I think chances are could look for the Disruptor here on the side of Aster. Good against both picks so far on the side of LGD.
It's a very Lanham opening though from us. Reeks of Lanham in that
PSG.LGD's
line as he
turn
opts
to
the Weaver.
ban.
You know, he's so quick to pick these Hex heroes against anything which is remotely maneuverable. It just makes your draft so much easier. Like, imagine that last
Team
series
Aster's
when playing against the
turn
Morph.
to ban.
Through those games, they'd had like a shot. Like, things would have just been so much easier. Would have actually, it might have actually died.
Might have gone 20-0-10.
Yeah. That wouldn't have happened.
I was like, yeah, I got a lot of kills, but was it like 20 at the end? I was surprised. Oh yeah, and there's a Queen of Pain ban out, just like you were talking about. It's gotten rid of so often right now. I love watching this hero. There's a lot you can do with it in the mid lane. It trades super well.
PSG.LGD.
It trades super well. Barely anything to play against it. There was like sometimes you could like find counter kills with Storm Spirit if you played too aggressive on Guap, but the fact that the dagger heals you now just lets you stand your ground and put the Storm Spirit back. He tries to trade with you.
That's why I like watching.
Just the HP heal. They go up by 20.
I've seen you in showcase mode.
You know, yeah. You've seen my profile background, right?
I showed you that one. Don't even. I actually love the Templar Assassin ban here. This was something that I figured would be contested for both teams, but with the Queen of Pain removed, it makes a lot of sense to Templar Assassin. They grabbed the Grim Stroke here for Aster. Yeah, this hero is really strong, and I'm curious what they decide to pair with it, because it actually is really strong against the Tide Hunter. It's really difficult for him to deal with. Kraken Shell does not remove the Phantom's Embrace, so you have...
They'll just grab an Ursa.
Yeah, I was like, they have a lot of options from the safe lane. A hero that isn't picked that often would be Slark. He's one of the best at dealing with the Tide Hunter, but of course Ursa has been a lot more popular. because he's not as bad. He's not a bad hero.
He's not as
Like
bad.
Slark, which is
I know you're a big Slark fan, though.
I want him to be good. The hero seems fun.
That means it's not fun to play against if you try to disable him and continues running around.
Yeah, it's can be a bit sad if you're playing that support hero. But another thing I really enjoy about Aster right now is that they can also flex their supports, right? Like this line can be 4, this line can be 5, Grim can be 4, Grim can be 5, and it's not going to mess up their laning phase either. Mars can play with either of these heroes brilliantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and LGD, and they're still going to go for the Spirit hero, even though they are playing into Lion. Obviously, they still case where you're going to discount every. Talked last series a lot about how supports can only counter cores to an extent. At the end of the you know, Void Spirit run
Aster's
except
turn
line,
to
it's still
ban.
going to die.
Exactly. And I think that's why they go for the Void Spirit here as opposed to one of the others. It does just fit really well, and they respond with the Ember Spirit of their own. So we get the Spirit v Spirit mid matchup, and they do end up banning the Wraith King. Yeah, this is exactly it's a hero that pairs up really well with the Grimstroke, obviously in the form of well, Wraith Fire Blast to set up the first stun. Really excited for this mid matchup. Ember versus Void. Very fun. I think right now, pretty Ember Spirit favored, so Aster have to be feeling about that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about who they grab last, and they're getting rid of the Wraith King. Faceless Void comes to mind, but you don't have a ton of damage to throw into the Chronosphere for PSG.LGD. So I don't think Faceless Void is something they'll grab. There's... I mean, I'm almost certain that you'll grab Ursa if they don't ban it out.
I feel like that hero has to be on the list here for PSG.LGD to ban. The Phantom Assassin is something that is still available if they want to go for it. They ban out the Morphling? Yep. Exactly.
They do need a lot of damage as this game goes later. Weaver will eventually fall off. Tidehunter, I mean, he actually does a lot with his Aghanim Scepter as the game goes on. Kind of crazy, but, you know, he does the damage kind of slowly.
5 seconds.
No, I love the combo, though, with Tide and Weaver.
So strong.
Yeah.
So annoying.
So.
Like, any hero where you have to run away, Weaver just loves, because if you're running away, you're not sitting and attacking those bugs, and that's just super. The DP, Tidehunter, all very nice combo.
Gushed that you're really slow and also have less armor.
Yeah. And then the Weaver. We don't know for sure if this is going to be a Weaver 4. I don't know. Do you guys? It doesn't really look like a good Weaver carry game, though, does it?
I mean, it's possible they could just pull a gotcha at the very end.
It does feel like a very LGD.
Team Aster's turn to
just
ban.
Surprise, Weaver
You've
position
activated
one.
my trap card.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why it's such a good first pick hero, right? Like the Weaver all the way to the end of the draft can still be played in the one position, and you have to account for that. And they do ban the Phantom Assassin.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, these are all really strong heroes for both. I think PSG.LGD would have liked to have the Phantom Assassin themselves, but
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, but the Phantom Assassin ban PSG, that's surprising to me because they don't have a ton of heroes that are easy for Phantom Assassin to jump. So it means that they plan on running something like a Drow Ranger, something that sits kind of far back as their position 1. Because you don't jump over, you never jump Ogre, you don't jump Tidehunter. Weaver, Phantom Assassin struggle to get your hands on. So that PA ban is going to be something that's very good against whatever carrier they're going to pick up here.
LGD's turn
maybe Juggernaut.
Team
Juggernaut does
Aster's
pair up
turn
with
pick.
the
Drow
Ogre
Ranger.
Magi pretty nicely, but Drow Ranger is also something that comes.
Yeah, they have a lot of catch on the side of. Well, though,
you're right. There's the Drow.
There is a Drow. All right.
I mean, that was so weird. They banned the Spectre thinking maybe they would get it themselves, and then they grabbed the Drow Ranger. Great call, Neff. That was... I thought for sure, I was like, there's no way they pick the Drow into the Ember Spirit, because that's one of those heroes, once you have an Aghanim Scepter, where you just don't get to really play the game as Drow anymore. Like, you cannot get away from them. But they feel like with the tempo that they're going to create in the Ogre Magi's Bloodlust, that it's going to be good enough here.
It's a bit of challenge towards Ori here, isn't it? It's saying, you're not going to do it. You're not going to have a good game. We're going to make sure of it. And now the Monkey King comes out. The one last thing I want to say about the Drow pick is that I do like it against Mars, because she's one of the few heroes that can still do damage through the arena with the multi-shot.
That one's very funny. Just, well, the arrows go through the arena, except for when they don't go through the arena.
Obviously, it's
they're special arrows.
Yeah, these are, Dota Plus special here. Arrows, got to subscribe to get the.
Speaking of, I want to see that Drow Ranger. Can we get a close up on the Drow Ranger production?
Dude, I really am curious if he's going to have the Arcana, right? I'm sure he will.
You don't pick Drow Ranger in current year without the Arcana.
Okay,
all right. Summarize these two drafts then. What are the clinches here? What needs to go right for LGD to win?
5
first Lina.
seconds remaining.
I think everything comes down to the mid lane. I mean, you said that was a cheating answer just earlier, but have a good game on the Void Spirit. I feel like it is going to be a very difficult game.
Right. And what needs to go right for Aster to win?
Well, I mean, if they are able to shut down this Drow from the offlane, it's not going to be easy. But if they can slow her down and kind of invade and slow her farm, I think they actually have a pretty good opportunity to take this game. Ember Spirit is very good in this matchup as it goes on. I'd say.
Much Cryptic and Neff. Now let's start casting duo for this best of 3 series, and it is BO3 and Black.
Thank you very much, Nomad and the crew. It's good to be back, Black. We're ready to cast some LGD Aster. Should be a fun one. Should be exciting. Got nothing to say over mid. You've got a Spirit matchup. Always fun. You checking out your hair?
Yeah,
Look at yourself real quick. You know,
looks good. Looks good.
Get some fixes. You got a little bit of the alfalfa going on on the top part. If you want to move your headset, make yourself look a little bit more, I don't know, presentable. I don't know.
How's that look?
You look great. Looking 100 right now. Out of 100, you look good. Perfect scores.
Yeah. Go to the gym later.
Yeah. I mean, you know, leg day, first day, always one to
The classic.
get on. Always asking. You know, we'll see which team out of the 2 are on leg day. Yeah, you know, you're just upping that grip strength the entire time that we've been here. On
Prepare
panel,
for
doing it
battle.
right now before we're going. Just get grip strength up, and then we'll go climbing after.
Well, that's mostly to protect myself, though. For the people that don't know, there might be some
Paranormal activity going on.
demonic entities in our building. So
Yeah.
I have to be ready just in case.
Well,
Right?
yeah. It goes all out of control, and the paranormal activity gets a little bit too much. You need to be able to protect yourself. Get that grip strength.
I protect you too.
Well, I'm on the 2nd floor.
I'll get
I'm
down there.
away from everybody. They put me in timeout. But yeah, we get into this game. Number 1, LGD up against Aster. What's the biggest thing from both these drafts that you see that kind of really jumps out at you?
I really think a lot is going to come down to the mid lane, where both spirits are going to be. Like, if Ember
30
Spirit has an amazing
seconds
game, he
to
can shut on the draw ranger, no problem. But vice versa, if this Void Spirit has a good game, and he shuts down the Monkey King, can help the safe lane against the Mars, because they will need a big draw ranger in the mid game. And it's a very easy hero to just fall on, fall behind on completely in the early game, and then you have like no impact for the longest time. So they gotta make absolutely sure that Armor gets off to a good game.
And that usually comes from nothing to say. He plays his Void Spirit a lot. He's always very impactful. Making it really tough for his opponents once he gets to that 6 point. He's up against Ori. We've talked about it. Ori is in a good spot right now. He had a little bit of a shaky year, even though Vici had good results at the end of the day. Like their TI performance wasn't that bad. You know, it feels like Ori's kind of been not in the best place for him competitively.
Yeah, like it felt like a lot of his VG wins, like even though they won, like he lost his lane a lot and really badly too sometimes. And yeah, I don't quite know what happened. We have been struggling to find the reason, even the last season as well. I don't know, because these kind of things don't just randomly happen usually, unless there's something that really bothers you.
It seems like, yeah, it's been a bit of a development where, you know, he was a lane dominator. He was a guy who was making sure that things went right from the mid lane, because his role, especially with Vici for so long, was so important. You know, when you're bringing up a guy like Poyoyo, you want to be able to protect him, and I feel like Poyoyo kind of got not the best Ori in that situation when he was on. Kind of had to fend for himself a little bit.
Yeah, Monet, Poyoyo, I think are pretty similar players in a way where they both love the money, right? They love to farm.
Agreed.
Yeah, so he's definitely gonna have to step it up, especially against a team like LGD. Like, you're not going to get away playing sloppy.
Yeah, that's one of the things that LGD does very well, is make sure they can capitalize on your mistakes. And if you're going to make mistakes, LGD, you're going to be there, ready to go. Make sure, you know, yeah, you made a mistake. Even though it's small, maybe it's a bad word placement or it's a smoke under a ward. not only did we see that, we're not going to just avoid it, we're going to take the fight to you. We're going to find the proper positioning because they read those movements really well. Like if they see a smoke come from the triangle, they assume it's coming through the top end of the jungle and they can improvise and make good movements around the map. It's one of the things that LGD does so well is just their map movements and capitalizing on opportunity.
Yeah, 100%. And it's also just a really good team at enabling the carry, which, you know, Arma is probably like, yeah, I love my team, because no matter who it is, like they will TP to the safe lane, make life a little bit better for him. Whether it's Fav Beyond or nothing to say, it doesn't matter. They're always trying to make, or to give Arma the best game possible.
Ame, he's got quite the hero pool. He's played some weird things where I'm still waiting for that carry Pudge. Obviously, you know, just game one, but I'm still waiting.
Yeah, and probably also not the right team to try it out against. But yeah, when it comes to hero pool, he's probably only behind Yatoro.
Yeah.
But
that guy's got a massive hero ocean.
Ocean, yeah.
Talking about that last. Hero ocean, pool, tub, bucket,
river.
River, yeah. Different sources of water letting us know how many heroes you play.
Hero kettle.
That's when you got one hero.
When you're boiling over.
Yep. You've got no heroes. But Ori, nothing to say up over mid.
This one was
classic spirit matchup. Who's got the edge here?
Actually, a 5-5 matchup. Like both of them can outplay each other. But most of the time, what happens is they both just farm, both get the levels and gold, and then whoever makes the better rotations basically sets the team off to a better game. That's why I love this matchup in the mid lane. It's really volatile because like if you're reaching level 6 first, getting the side lanes, get a couple of kills, suddenly you just dominate the whole map, and the other mid laner just never seems to be able to catch up.
Look up top, Faith Beyond, Jinq with the Weaver. Another guy who's got a massive hero ocean. This guy plays everything.
Yeah, yeah.
From Techies to Void Spirit to Weaver, back again. He covers a lot of ground with what he's got in his arsenal.
Yeah, and Weaver can be a little flashy as well, so it's definitely up his alley. The Monkey King against Tide matchup, of course, is gonna get pretty bad for Tide Hunter as the levels go up. That's why they picked it against it.
It's my right!
And Tide a very Faith Beyond hero. The other person who feels like he pixated is a balance strike that comes out. Monet getting first blood, but one more shot to get the trade.
Almost a double,
looking for a double, yeah. He had the swarm on him, thinking he can maybe get Siamese Cat. But, you know, JT's a big Tide guy.
He loves Tide. Tide and Doom. Tide, Doom, and Mars. The big front guys. But yeah, like, scary. You're giving Xingqiu a good start. He got the kill. He got the solo experience. We all know what Xingqiu can do with money. If he gets an early vessel this game, he can cause a lot of problems if you see him going for that.
And like you said, he's flashy. He gets a little bit of gold behind him all of a sudden. Coming in, making moves, and like you don't expect that from a 4-0i. Like, yeah, 4 is a playmaker, but I don't know, that stat, gold to damage ratio, like that's a stat I want to see on him.
Yeah, like especially in this game, if he gets off to a good start, obviously. Because Xingqiu is not really a guy that will build like defensive items, you know. He likes to kill heroes. Or get pulled to the tower. Take a couple, nice. Disjointing all of them.
No worry with the advantage so far. Especially against something to say, that's looking quite good. I know you said it was a 50-50 matchup, but that makes it even that much better. Maybe something from Ori different than that.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing the old super strong Ori because he was super nice to watch.
Yeah, he was a playmaker for sure when we used to see him on his Storm.
Yeah, he wins lane and then he starts killing around the map. Alright, just
Earth Spike action, sure.
That's what we call a little bit of a mana waste. That's okay. You have mana drain. Doesn't matter.
You ever just like to bully, go big on the mana drain and nothing else and just take...
Yeah, especially when I play line mid. Level 3, level 2 mana drain, they're just out of mana entirely.
Good luck winning.
Yeah. Can't win if you can't CS. I stun you for every creep.
And they've got what you like, the Grimstroke Lion combo. Get those stacks up.
Yeah, that's not as effective as a support duo.
Yeah.
I mean, it still can be, of course, a lot of disable and damage potential there. Monkey King is actually struggling quite a bit in the lane. The Weaver, level 4, is giving him a lot of problems. Well, why did you feed Xingqiu killed?
Yeah.
Man, don't do that.
Level 4 Weaver, level 3 Monkey King.
Yeah. Level 3 Tidehunter too. He's the real carry. Or offlaner, I guess.
That was good of you.
Swap it up a little bit.
They have to be careful they don't feed any kills on the top lane here. Once that Weaver gets earn charges, he becomes so much more dangerous. There's like an additional 300 damage in his arsenal.
Soak it in.
Why? Just moving up as ogres do. Just, you know, in your face. You've got the armor. You're fine. 7 armor. Look at that. Never in trouble. Never in doubt. He's always going to survive. Although Siamese Cat taking some damage. The Swarm getting him quite low. And all of a sudden, Grimstroke forced to pop a salve just to stay comfortable in this lane.
Yeah, they do have more regen in the top lane now though, so should be going quite well for Aster. Monkey King can just heal back up with the Jingu, no problem.
Stack.
Yeah, I think he's actually going back to base.
Give some solo experience over to Faith Beyond.
Much needed solo experience. Oh, another 2-man ignite. It's actually so much damage. Like, what you want to do against Ogre is you want to stand in the creep wave, so there's a high chance it actually hits a creep. But getting double hero ignites all the time is a big spear
Here as well. Yeah, this might be a kill. Y in some trouble. Just early right-click damage.
Nothing to say.
Nothing to say low. Ori trying to make the chase. They've got the Swarm. And again, it's just the presence of this Weaver that's kind of making things difficult for Aster all over. Ori had to back off on what probably looked like a pretty easy kill for him. And now Faith Beyond, while he's left alone over top, they get a kill.
Yep, that opening Ori created mid lane actually gives Monet an easy chance to capitalize on it.
A little bit of a rebound in his lane, which he's been struggling with just a touch. It hasn't been like awful, but yeah, that kill certainly helps.
For sure, for sure. But Tidehunter is also doing very well for himself still. Actually, Mars is struggling the most from the course, which is pretty interesting. I guess Ogre Drow is a pretty strong lane, especially with Y getting like many ignites all the time.
He's just walking forward.
And they're now thinking about unblocking the big camp so they can utilize it themselves. Once Drow's level 6, of course, you want that camp for yourself. Full level ahead. Drow on the mark.
Moir is a very popular offlaner, of course, and XXS has a big history of success in the offlane with a couple of teams. And, you know, when he used to play with like OP on IG, he was a playmaker. He was a baller in that offlane, but I'm still waiting to see that.
Yeah, I think he took more of a farmy role, or Ori. I have to say, Bobo, careful!
Yeah, he comes top, and now he's trying to make something happen. However, nothing to say right there with him. Monet will come down with Primal Spring. They've got the Silence out onto the Void Spirit. Balance Strike, and they get the kill, nothing to say. They'll take out the Void Spirit. Xingqiu trying to get a kill here still. He's got the Phantom's Embrace, silencing him up. Stroke the Fade right over the top, and Ori's got a kill in this top lane. 2 here for Aster. Now 5-1. Aster outplaying LGD in a couple of aspects, and you know, this is something that the panel talked about. Which LGD are we going to get? You know, despite the success of LGD, they struggled in that first season. They struggled.
They did. They really just came to fruition when, like, second season, end of the second season is when they really started dominating the major, and then at some smaller tournaments.
Yeah. There was an OGA China event that was in there that they played, and there was also, you know, I think people, obviously TI is the big result, right?
Yeah.
And that usually covers up any mistakes, but you gotta remember, LGD, they had to play a tiebreaker against Elephant in that first season.
Yeah, we also had a lot of teams though that did really great at TI, stuck together, and after it just didn't work anymore. Like it's not just a guaranteed success just because they were really good at TI.
Yeah.
Although, it kind of should be because it's still the same patch. But of course they had some breaks, you know, when everyone figures out new stuff, so it's never just the same. But that being said, the position in this game for them is still good.
Yeah,
like the 3 cores still have a good money, good level.
Drought at the top.
Yeah.
Okay, that bottom lane's real free.
Mm-hmm.
LGD, they look all right now. Nothing to say. He's going to try and go in on the Boca. And they should be able to get this kill. The Remnant down, and he comes through. He's got the Ink Swell on him. Nothing to say, though. Gets turned on. Oh, boy. Grimstroke really giving Ori the opportunity to go in and jump through to kill off Nothing to Say. And it looks like Y will fall 2 to this Ember. 2 for 1 on what should have been a pretty easy kill. And Drow getting low bottom. They've got the arena and the kill. They'll take out Ame with Monet coming down bottom. It's a big kill to get with somebody on top of the net worth and now out below both the Monkey King and the Ember.
Yeah, 2 instances of greed actually from LGD. They could have easily bursted line if they wanted to, but he was holding his spells on the Void Spirit,
Radiant's courier has been
which cost him dearly. You end up taking the courier as well. And yeah, like Armor just showed in front of Mars. He's like, what are you gonna do to me? You know, he just arenas him, Monkey King TP's in, and well, that's what I'm gonna do to you. Don't show your face here anymore. And Armor's like, alright.
A lot of damage from Faith Beyond there on a Boboka.
Oh, thank you again.
Q. And
bye-bye Boboka.
yeah, he's the Swarm on him. Shikuchi in a second. Should be another kill on the right click.
Yeah. Another rotation though. Grimstroke and Ember Spirit on the way up. Gotta be a little bit cautious though. You're fighting into a potential Ravage.
This combo is dirty.
They're dirty.
Venom's Embrace with the Ink Swell, making sure he can't Shikuchi out. There's no chance that really, you know, Shinku's gonna get out of that one. And XXS forced back all the way to base. Drow still trying to make something happen, but Ame's moved up into the top lane, at least for now.
That's really where you want to be. Like, you push down a tower, you take the triangle enemy jungle for yourself, because it's the easiest area for your team to protect at that point. And as we said, like, Drow needs to be really big, because most of the damage this game is going to come from her. Especially with Nothing to Say struggling quite a bit. He's made a couple of rotations, but kept dying every time.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, he's not really one of those mids who plays like this go-in sacrifice role. He's a guy who likes to snowball real out of control. And kind of getting his snowballs broken up halfway down the map.
Yeah, has yet to get a successful rotation. So much damage from the Weaver. That's why the hero's so strong.
Yeah, level 6, outputting a lot of damage from a 4-position roll. The Hex is there, but again, you've got the Urn, maybe the Shikuchi and a right click, but they ready to go with the Balanced Strike, and they'll still get the kill. So Boboka falls. Another kill here for the Weaver, now level 7. This feels like it's turning into a bit more the Weaver shifting into a core role.
Look at his item build.
Kind of hanging out.
You got a Gleipnir queued up on a pot 4. Like, usually you would want to go into Vessel and then maybe Axe, but as we said, Xingqiu is not that kind of guy.
He's going to play the greed if he gets the opportunity to.
I want to deal damage, which actually can work out because the Drow aura is actually going to give him like 60, 70 agi in that mid-late game. So he can potentially become a core, which I actually quite like because, as we said, Nothing to Say, it's struggling quite a bit in the department right now.
If you can get some damage out from your Weaver, like Faith Beyond can kind of be there to be your utility guy.
Monet's on fire and Beetle's up too.
Balanced Strike comes out. They're going to bring the Mars over. XXS with the arena and the spear, locking down the Weaver.
He's burning, he's burning though.
Time lapse, the ignite, burn, not going to be enough. He gets back into the base. So Monet, living life on the edge.
Yeah, something he doesn't like to do. Like, he's one of the safest players in all of China. Another big smoke up. They got Finger, they got Soul. What's it called again? Soulbind. Why did I say Soulsbind? Oh no, Ame
coming up the stairs, and
you're gone.
It's going to be a Finger and one more right click there for Ori, getting the kill on Ame. So that's the second time he's dying and dominating. For this Ember, they do finally have the blink on Faith Beyond. So yeah, the blink Ravage is there. That's an opportunity maybe you can go for. But we'll see if they can really follow it up. It's Drow that still needs a little bit of time to get involved.
For sure.
One big one. Ravage on a 3. They're going to go after Ori. There's the slice. They're going to go to Boboka and Remnant back and forth. But they got the stun, and they'll get the kill on Ori, taking out 2. Quick move from LGD. The second you start to doubt them, well, they're going to make you eat your words, and they'll get 2 kills, 2 big kills there for them. Ori on top of that net worth, and they want to make sure they can get something out of that Blink Ravage, and they do immediately.
Yeah, I think Ori would have been fine actually, but he jumped back to the tower into a Remnant.
Stunned. Ignite. XXS.
Got a kill.
There's
just like that.
Coming online a little bit.
Yeah. We're not expecting that much damage, but it was very important for Nothing to Say to finally get some kills on the board. His network is recovered now.
And participating a little bit and getting something going. Ori back into the mid lane, and Q just here. Clean up some vision if he can, and maybe output some damage onto the Grimstroke.
Be careful though.
The Sentry Ward now down, and the Phantom's Embrace will silence him up. The Inkswell will stun him, and
okay.
Well, that's when Greed bites you.
Greed meet death. Nice to meet you.
Can't buy your way out of that.
Another 3-man smoke up.
Yeah.
They want to go on Arme again. Monet is already in position, potentially catch him with a stun. But why in the perfect position? But he's moving away.
Maybe he's here to break the smoke. Monet catches vision, and their eyes might just be set onto the Ogre.
Oh, they're away!
But they've got the Remnant. They should be able to still get this kill. The silence, the stun, they've got it. Bovica with the kill onto the Drow, but here comes something to say as well. Jinq once more. They've got the Aether Remnant out onto Ori. That'll give them the opportunity to get the kill here onto the Grimstroke. The stun out onto Ori, Slight, and a Remnant away from the fight. The 2-man stun comes out from Bovica, who will TP away. They don't have the damage to get the kill there, and now they're going to look over the Ember. Call the step and the kill. Add the damage real quick onto Ori. Ori, a couple of ganks completely gone wrong there. They still got the kill on Ame, but you know, you're starting to snowball, and it's getting staggered a little bit.
Yeah, and that is all with the Ravage being on cooldown. Like, the big timing is whenever Ravage is off cooldown, which is gonna be in a couple of seconds here. But I'm sure they kill the Drow, but they lose one of their biggest cores in Ori, and he's really the guy that's gonna be dealing the damage in those upcoming team fights.
Tower is under attack.
Dagger now for XXS.
An important
Same
one.
situation as Faith Beyond, really. Blink, Arena, Spear. Hopefully you can lock somebody down, and they're hoping maybe that guy can be Ame.
Yeah, but we have yet to see anything from Ame. Actually, he's 0-3-0, very quiet, pretty unusual for him, because he's like the. If we talk about stable carries, at least at the end of the season, in China was always Ame, right? He's like the best carry in China by far, struggling to find his place in this game. Well, as I say that though, his net worth is still top 3.
He's always a guy who likes to fight early.
Yeah.
Like that Spectre build that he would go for, Ags, always looking to fight, even without the Ags. I mean, he's always looking to make his presence felt on the map somewhere. This Weaver level 10 is kind of wild. They're going to bring over, I mean, they've got the silence onto Ori. Do they have the damage? Like Satan, they surely do. Q there with a kill onto Ori. That is, what, 3 deaths now in a small sequence of time?
Yeah, and that is a rough one too, because his entire team was bottom. Gives it a lot of map control now. Back over to LGD.
Ori, unfortunately for him, time's turning elastic and pulling him back to about midway on the net worth chart.
Yeah, he got baited so hard by Xingqiu. like as soon as a Weir fights back like that, it should always, it's like a red flag, you know? It's like, oh my god, why is he fighting with 200 HP?
Definitely got something.
And then, of course, a gust out of nowhere. I keep saying that now because of that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh man.
1K lead here for LGD, and it looks like Aster's setting up to make another move here. They want to potentially show off that blink. I don't know if they've showed it yet on the map, but you can see that XXS is really waiting for
No.
Using that time lapse to get away, and not only that, I mean, he juked them hard. XXS goes north looking for the Inkswell stun.
And kind of the wave too.
Wow.
Yeah, that's such a bully move.
Yeah, it's a heads-up play.
Yeah, look, the entire Aster, he was like, we move a middle. We can't, it's too late. Like, you should have seen the minimap move when every arrow turned towards the middle lane. But yeah, I was gonna say, Ravage versus Arena, what's better? Well, now you have Ravage versus no Arena and an instant smoke up.
Ags on top. I love Ags on.
It's so broken.
I'm a big Gush
Dire's
fan.
middle tower is under attack.
Nice reactions though, so...
Quick blinks, going for the TP out. XXS over in the river, and
They could potentially go threaten Roshan here, to be honest. They do have the Ravage. They can't fight into the Ravage without the Arena. Choosing to play a little bit more conservatively.
yeah, not that long of a cooldown though. Get a risk to go for it. Boundless Strike while you're spending your time going for a Sentry. Primal Spring on the Arena. Well, that'll spell nothing to say. Soulbite here on the 2, thinking about going to the Ravage, but they've got the silence with the Phantom's Embrace. There's the Ravage. They should be able to get the kill onto Monet. Dominating for Xingqiu, and he is just all over the place, making his presence felt and grasping his hands around Aster.
And look at that net worth. He's at Mars's net worth almost. That Glade Me idea that I found ridiculous, well, he's
making things work.
He has an ATOS already.
Yeah. They're gonna look to get the kill here onto Y. Faith Beyond going to the backlines looking for Siamese Cat. Anchor Smash really feeling the pain there. Is this Grid Stroke, and they still can't kill the Ogre. Two heads, well, now not going to be better than one. As Bobica gets the kill there on the Y, they'll find the spear as well as the finger and take away the streak from that Weaver, and a lot of gold for Bobica.
There's energy all around to harness.
Yeah, you got to be really careful. Like, you're fighting without Ravage, but nothing to say, just coming back in, sniping Bobica.
Astral Step, you'd be thinking about an Aether Remnant, but Inkswell, Silence, Phantom's Embrace, the multi-shot, keeping them away from the tie, but he doesn't have Ravage, he is tanky. There's no way to get in once the Wukongs is used, though. He doesn't want to jump in. They've got the balance strike that lands onto the drown. Ame now in trouble. Remnant forward, heals up into the air. Can he fight back? No. Ori with a lot of damage onto Ame to get the kill into the drow, and LGD do one thing right, and then they stay too long, and it all falls apart.
Way overextended. Like, you don't have that Ravage, it's the same scenario, right?
Yeah.
You have no Ravage into Arena, you can't do it, especially if your Drow isn't there. He finds the DD, he's like, oh, maybe I should join that fight, which turns out to be a brutal miscalculation.
And it cost them dearly.
Cost them everything.
Yeah, that is everything they got, and, well, now that's all thrown away. Into the trash.
They had like 3K gold lead, now that's all gone. And it's gone. Now I'm gonna work your way back up there.
Gonna invest this into your futures, and it's gone. So now LGD.
Yep. Well, at least nothing to say is top of the net worth.
Yeah, especially after the struggle he had.
Yeah.
But you see Ame, he's starting to hit the bricks, getting weighed down.
Yeah, that like that's the hardest part about playing carry, right? Like, when should I join the fights and when should I like stay out of it? And sure, you find a DD, it's very attractive. Oh, they're going for Sync Q.
Blink dust, blink again.
He's pretty tanky though.
Couple blinks and making sure they've got the lockdown. Yeah, I mean, it's perfectly set up by XXS. Got the Rebuke into the spear, making sure they've got the connective lockdown on him, and maybe not feeling as effective anymore. He's got the Rod of Atos. Would you have rather the Maelstrom first?
No, Atos is definitely the build, especially if you have support.
Yeah, but is he a support?
he is. But yeah, actually, if he had strength that's there, and Ember is not there, he would not have died. So good rotation from Ori, and
Ori and Monet now sit top of the net worth.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit scary. Like, once that Ember gets up to his BKB, and Monkey as well, they both just jump the Draw Ranger, it's not that easy to play anymore for him. He's going straight into a shut up. I liked it a lot.
I don't want to jinx how long this game's going to take, but you know, Aster and LGD, they did have that long, what, 88-minute game when we were covering them?
That wasn't season 1, right?
Yeah, season 1, Divine Rapiers on the Monkey King.
What was it? Monkey King against Rave King?
I think it was something like that, and Aster ended up winning that.
Yeah, and a nail biter.
Void Spirit almost has this axe, so 100 more gold, make that 25, and now make that none.
Yeah, axe is always good, of course, but heavily mitigated by those BKBs that are going to come out eventually.
Under attack.
Refuse gold gift.
The thing that's been really killing them is just the Phantom's Embrace. They haven't really been able to deal with that just yet.
I mean, it's an amazing spell against all the spirits, especially once you get it to level 3. And now smoke up with that axe pickup.
Yeah, Axe is still on the courier, so it'll get to him before they end up getting into this fight, you'd hope. But now they're going to smoke up, 5-man smoke, ward onto the high ground, and the scan hits. So scan hits Ame. Aster have the idea of where this is going to and what's going to be coming from them. They don't see anybody else on the map, and they're going to start to creep their way over with the heroes smoked. Looking for that Inkswell move once again. Blink, Ravage, BKB. That Ravage is only going to hit the Grimstroke, so Faith Beyond, he forces the BKB, but how well does that feel? Syncu, he's in trouble. They'll get in the finger, they'll get the kill, they'll take the Weaver. You can look on the other side. They've got themselves the arena down, the Soulbind in, and Y as well as Faith Beyond are in so much trouble. Aster come through, they counter the smoke with a smoke of their own, and right away they take 3 for the price of 0. That's a great deal.
And they have to be very careful that they don't stick around, because the Lion does have a Blink Dagger. No matter how good your actions are, if you get nothing you can do. And that Ravage was very ambitious. I didn't like it at all, to be honest. First of all, he didn't blink straight next to him. If he did, maybe it will connect, because it took him a little while to activate the BKB. But if you do it from that range, any pro of this level will react.
Yeah.
Like, it's just too slow.
It almost felt forced.
Yeah, it felt like
very forced.
It's like, oh, they got unsmoked. Oh, we still smoked. Oh, maybe we can make this play happen. Well, already
thought they had the vision, thought they had it right, and Look again, and
Monkey
go
King
for
has
this.
to be careful.
Monet would be a big kill to get. Maybe one that brings him in.
Just goes BKB though.
BKB. Right click still feel pretty strong here from the side of LGD. They get the kill to Monet. Now dominating for nothing to say.
Might threaten Roche.
Yeah. That is certainly a move where 45 seconds without a Monkey King. No Ravage makes it a little bit dangerous, but they've got the damage for sure.
That's the power of Draw Ranger. Every time you have this matchup with these agile carries, you just deal that pure damage through BKB, even with that marksmanship. Are they willing to fight this? It might be too late already, but they're going out of the pit.
Yeah, Ogre gonna do Ogre things and just stand in the way of anything that's gonna come through. Yes, he does die, but this is now into the hands of Drow. That's the perfect job from Ogre.
Perfect play there, yeah. Couldn't have done anything else. Would have been better. And yeah, now that Drow does have the Aegis, and once Drow gets up to like a Skadi, maybe one more damage item, is gonna be really troublesome to actually... Sure, you can jump him, but you can't kill him. And then once your BKB is over and Tidehunter is an issue, then Draw Ranger is super free.
Silver Edge Scotty could be a problem, and well, now you've got a lot of time to work with because you've picked up that Aegis. You know, some might call Ogre dumb, but that's a wise move from a two-headed Ogre to just walk in and open up now what seems to be the game just by dying.
Yeah.
It's the important role of a support that not many people appreciate.
Especially a Bloodlust support. If Bloodlust to carry, and then I'm going in. Like, nice.
Luckily, there's no Bane in this game, but then you get Fiend Script and you just go, where's my team?
Dude, there's no talk about Bane, man. That hero is so busted, man. It is so busted. But yeah, double BKB timing is now online, and they are fighting into an Aegis, of course, but if you kill the Drow once, and there's a ring on top of you, Drow is gonna die again. So, Aster is probably still feeling very, very comfortable in this game right now.
King also going to a Silver Edge, has the Echo Saber, and he's kind of close to it. Not too crazy, but he's getting there. Ish, yeah, I guess ish is the right way to put it.
Against Tidehunter, perfect item, of course.
Yeah, looking to kill off the Tide any quicker, but it does feel like Tide's role has kind of... Well, now he's got the Axe, so it's not as much that, but they'll have that gush with the Ags upgrade. They'll blink through. They've got the arena with the BKB. They're focus their attention on Ame.
He's dead again, maybe.
The damage was so quick. Are they going to be able to get into this one? They've got Bane beyond. He does have a Ravage from the high ground. Balance strike, Soulbind on a two-finger. Hits him both. Both gets the kill to Ame. Now they're going to go for nothing to say. They land the spear on the lone tree that's over there onto the side, and they get both kills. They bought back on Y, and there's nothing he can do to get back in.
And a pause to tilt them.
Yeah.
On top of that. But that's exactly what we spoke about. If they're on top of this Drow, it doesn't matter whether she has an Aegis or not, she's going to die again.
The damage was so fast, there was no way he was going to survive even with a second life.
Like, he needs, if he is in that position, he needs a BKB, which he didn't have. Like, I actually thought maybe he's just holding, but no, it's blown up twice. Couldn't even use the Ravage because he died under the BKBs.
Yeah, he wanted to. You could see the positioning. He was trying to get on the cliff over by that camp and maybe throw a Ravage from the high ground, but it's just like, it's not enough.
Yeah, and it's approaching this territory. Like, sure, Drow deals a lot of damage, but it's the most positional carry in the game. Like, if you're out of position, you deal 0 damage.
Yeah.
Your damage history just goes down by 90%. And they have so many tools now to jump on top of him. The Mars, the Ember, the Monkey King, the Lion.
Down by 90%, you gotta get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. Gotta be outputting all your damage.
Yeah, this is the problem now with this Weaver, but it looked really cute, you know?
At first it looked good, right?
You could have had an Axe at this point. You could have. Easily.
And you could save him, potentially.
Right.
And because your positioning wouldn't be the same, right?
Yeah.
Because you're sitting back more to save your carry. So you're not getting caught out in front of your team. You're getting sitting back more, having that Ags, time-lapsing Ame, and keeping him alive.
Yeah, so this is where the greedy item build can turn into a little bit of a problem, because that's what happens when your support is doing like a carry build, right?
Boundless Strike, and Monet thinking about it. Doesn't have any help though, so holding down the Void is difficult.
A little bit. Maybe you had a Basher and a Bissell Blade and a Rapid.
3. We're going into copying the last time he's met in that, not the last time, but in that season 1.
Yeah. But by no means is LGD out of this. Like, Draw Ranger is a hero that can explode you if you're not careful. Like, you get a good Ravage on the Monkey King, he will just die in 1 second. Especially with his item. Like, he went Silver Edge first item.
Yeah.
Not the biggest fan. I think Shadow Blade into another item would have been better. because there's not really a whole lot to break in this game. Bulwark is the big one, of course, but is that better than having an earlier BKB? Because if you now get arena or stunned,
you're dead.
Or anything, yeah. Like even just Ember, he gets like a random shackle on you.
Hexed, Kex,
you're gone.
They just have the opportunity to instantly lock it down and throw it down. Ooh, blink forward, and that is a catch on a Y. I don't think LGD want to take that fight anymore, and he fought back in that last engagement that was in the jungle, so he is dead for 70. This is setting up for Aster to start to really take over the map, and be in a bit of a struggle area, struggle city. And,
yeah, struggle city.
You know, they got to try and navigate themselves out. Maybe get a little ways going.
But Aster doesn't want him to get out, so they smoke up straight away.
They've been playing really aggressive continuously. Like they'll get a kill, they'll go for more. Or even if something messes up, they've gone for it again multiple times. Smokes.
Yeah, I mean, Army really needs his BKB to be able to fight, which luckily he died super fast after they took Roshan, so it's gonna be down for a while.
Position.
Oh, they're looking at top lane.
Force the fight. Gush hits into the Aether Remnant. Now they've got the Gleipnir time-lapse balance strike from Monet, so Q is going to have a little... Ooh, XXS. Man, if you let him on that one, that would have been really impressive. So they'll go for the TP. They've got the dust, and well, now they've got the kill. Earth spikes in from Bobica, and Ori now unstoppable. He is having quite the game, and this is the Ori we wanted to see for so long, and it feels like this is the Ori of the past that people have wanted for a while.
Yeah, I mean, he died a couple of times, but if you're an Ember, you are going to die if you play that aggressively.
10-3 and 9, though. That is good luck.
He's doing super well. But yeah, they're just making space now for the Draw Ranger to finish her BKB. Without it, they just cannot fight, like absolutely just cannot fight.
Only a tier 1 going down, not the worst thing in the world. And you do have kind of a better wave clear and a bit of a farming mechanic here with this Gush Ags.
Yeah. Same thing, like they do have the Silver Edge on the Monkey King, but he will never be in a position on a Tidehunter where they will actually make a big difference, I feel like. Could have been like half of a Skadi or so. Simply because Tide's job now...
Ooh, nothing to say. Hot finger spear all landing. They've got the Arena and the Remnant forward. XXS with a kill. Bobica, right place, right time, and another one onto Y.
Yeah.
This has been great movements from Aster, now up 5,000. And that's the thing, they're up almost... They are up double the kills, and they're only up 5K. Like, as much as LGD are dying, and they're making some uncharacteristic misplays, they're still in it. They never felt like they've been out of this game at all.
Yeah.
And I know that maybe that's a little bit of LGD favoritism, but you know, you got to give it up for them a little bit. But the most important thing is this is an Aster team, at least at this moment in time, that looks really good.
Yeah, really good with a new lineup as well.
Yeah.
Whoever had doubt. You know, why they didn't win yet, it's still a long way to go. Like, because cracking the high ground against Axe, Tide, and Draw Ranger is really difficult.
Tough. And they're going to have Refresher on that Tide.
Yeah.
And he's going to farm it pretty quickly again with that Axe. So, like, that's not a slow build.
I'm assuming they're also going to go into Refresher on the Mars eventually. Like, Refresher is just such a strong item right now. It's definitely going to get nerfed. Build it while you can. And now the counter... Well, not really counter smoke, but the smoke to just try and find anything, because it's been all Aster for a while. For a while, yeah.
Capitalizing on LGD's misplays.
That BKB though, it's gonna be big.
Downless strike coming through, looking for the Weaver. They've got the dust. There's as well as the Ravage. That lands on a 2 now. They've got the BKB on Ame. Trying to get these right clicks out, but they get the kill here on a Jinkyu. They'll use that Wukong scope. Out of the circle they'll go. Now they've got the Arena down, the BKB. Oh, jump on down as he tries to leave the Arena. Now they're gonna bring in Ori. They're gonna go to Ame. A Gush is not gonna matter. Now they'll bring through Y, but Y's there just to, well, really be a spectator in these deaths. As Faith Beyond goes down, Y dies. Triple kill for XXS. It was a good Ravage to start, but Aster, great counterplay, great movement, great positioning, and they win it clean.
Yeah, feels a little weird to see LGD play like this, to be honest, because the fight went exactly how they wanted to. They didn't nearly have enough damage or lockdown.
No.
So Aster's like, oh, all right, I guess we'll just take it.
And nothing to say wasn't there, right?
No, he wasn't.
Radiant's middle
So-
tower
And he's like
has
one of the most important heroes.
Yeah, he's the lockdown. He's the ags, the silences, the pieces you need.
If he's there on top of that Ravage, the monkey's gone.
Yeah, because they would get the Aether Remnant to follow it up.
Dyer's bottom
And then you got the
tower
Astral Step
is under
damage.
attack.
Yeah, it's, as we said, pretty uncharacteristic. But of course, everyone just came back from a big break, so no one's going to be at full power at this point.
That's the problem, though. In this DPC, you get one chance to beat everybody, and every game you drop is another big problem.
Sean has fallen to
Yeah,
the
I mean, especially now that it's so compressed, right? Like, every game just matters so much more because you don't have, like, another week to just warm up.
Or breathe, or
Yeah.
the tilt can stay.
Can. But also you have 3 seasons this time, so
Yeah.
potentially a little bit,
As long as you're not getting relegated, you're still in the mix.
yeah.
AC next for Mars, no refresher, at least not yet. He's got Shard, he's going to pick that up. That's, you know,
Double
double
spear.
skewer.
Yeah, I mean, I like the ace also because, as we spoke about, the Drow ult, they're gonna armor, but all the plus armor is gonna be very valuable. That makes sense. The only reason why I like Refresher a bit better is, like, it protects better against Drow because it just nullifies the projectile.
Yeah, especially if you can position it like they just did, where end of the BKB, all of a sudden you've got the arena that stops him from leading.
Yeah.
Venn diagram him in. Arena down. We're going to try and make a play out of this one, and it will be a kill on the Y. That is a lot of finger stacks that are starting to, honestly, become a problem.
Yeah, the burst damage is getting high.
6.
Burst damage is getting high. And just look how squishy Drow is. Like, he has so much net worth, but only 1800 health. He even went for the mom build.
Who's in the front of the...
Yeah. It's hard not to be, though, because Aster just shifts so quickly that the backline just becomes the front line instantly.
Yeah. They're really guiding where the arena of this fight is. So get the spike, they have the Hex, they'll land the Spear, the Soulbind onto 2. The BKB's being popped by Aster, the Wukong's command is out. They got the time lapse, but not the health and not the time to turn this one around. Monet with a double kill, taking out Faith Beyond and Chinkyu real quick, and they still have 3 minutes on this. Aegis up 14,000 net worth. This is Aster really running away with it. And LGD, man, this is not what they were looking forward to, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're getting outplayed at every turn right now. Just too much of a pace being set by Aster.
Scotty picked up from Monet.
Yeah, like he's just a little
Radiant's
couple
top tower is
big
under
chubby
attack.
boy now. He's massive.
He's adjusted his belt and can fit it all in. He's ready to go.
Radiant's
But now
top
triple ignite
tower
on him,
is
he's
under
gonna burn
attack.
for a while. Oh, never mind. Higgs well so balanced with a shard. I can't believe it's just as strong this spell,
Radiant's top
actually,
tower
and it heals you for so
fallen.
much too. You know, there's just a couple of things whenever I see them right now, I'm like, yeah, I feel like they should have been addressed like 2 months ago. You know?
You know? Patches are a thing of the past.
Yeah. Who needs patches?
Although this definitely is a showcase for Grimstroke.
It is. Even early game, like he made so many. Very squishy. You don't have survivability items, which is why people go for this axe. You know, they go axe, Etherlens, blink, just to really protect. Now it's gonna get it. Probably nothing to say. Still holding on to that Terry's trinket, actually.
Just not getting neutrals. Moving forward, Boundless Strike again. Ame on the front lines of this one with the BKBs being popped. They've got the Silver Edge, so they have the break onto Ori, doing a lot of damage onto the Ember, but they'll start to fall back. Time lapse over. Shinkyu looking maybe for some vision, but instead he'll Shikuchi and turn away. Gush is thrown out. No hit, but you know, nothing more. Going back to that Weaver point, like I think so many of these fights could have been won by having that time lapse.
Yeah, potentially, but there's like this game right now needs a change of plans for LGD because Drow can't be in the front line all the time, even just now. Like he's the one starting the fight. There's no way. Like you gotta be the one dealing the damage because you saw. Sure, Ember dropped low, but as soon as he was next to Drow, there was no damage.
Yeah,
like a 200 crit instead of like a 700.
And the thing too is like, KB's not getting any longer, just getting shorter. So
yeah,
that time of opportunity is becoming smaller and smaller.
For sure. And then now there's an Aeon disc already on the line, so you're not gonna be killing him.
Yeah, Bobica having a game. They all are. Aster looked great.
Yeah.
Not too,
have they played any leagues or anything before? There was nothing, right?
I think all they played was Huya. There wasn't like a DPO or
they didn't even do that well there, right? But now suddenly they're popping up.
Coming through, hits on active.
The range is so insane.
Yeah, it is all, very far.
And it also gives vision everywhere.
6 stacks on that finger. Not gonna land that Gleipnir, but they've got time left. You can just leave 40-second cooldown, not that bad.
Refresher also on Ember Squid now he has 10, which is a lot of damage.
And Shard.
It's just like, now you're at this point where how do you kill anything if you're LGD? Like you literally need a Ravage followed up by a Remnant to kill someone.
Followed up by another Ravage.
Or an Ogre stun, maybe.
Not gonna have an Ogre stun though if he's dead.
What Ogre?
Finger, Boundless, and well, another kill there, this time for Siamese Cat, and another stack for Bobica. Really playing well on this line.
Yeah, now 25 on a Monkey too, so they got a big ring. Getting in some deep wards, but they're trying to sniff out nothing to say here. Oh, the Glimmer!
Has a couple of rings, but he's not going to go that way. The Aeon just gets popped. Maybe LGD putting themselves in a bit of a precarious position. They're going to look for the TP, but they've got the silence. They have the damage to get the kill on a Bobica. They'll take out the line. BKB's been popped by XXS. He's used his as well. Coming over from the side is the Weaver. Boundless Strike doesn't land. Ori's still looking for him, but the Shikuchi gets him out of vision. At least for now, he'll Shikuchi again towards mid, away from Aster's grasp. And all of a sudden, I mean, they cut 3K from that fight. 15K just a moment ago. And that's their first kill in, what, 10 minutes?
Yeah, dude, Ryan had a pretty beefy streak, right?
Something like that, but look at that turn. All of
Yeah.
a sudden, like, show me the gold.
Yeah, and finally they're moving out to get some kills.
Monet losing his courier. This is what I got, you know, do admire though from Shinkyu. He's cutting the creep wave, making it a little bit more difficult to push out, but he does get caught a little bit, and when he does get caught, that's the opportunity for Aster to go. They were looking for the Inks, well, they're still looking for it. It's not going to line up right, but they've got this slight and the searing chains to kill off White. I mean, he is an ogre, he does have armor, but it's getting cut in half, and well, they're really just cutting him up.
Yeah, Ogre at this point, yeah, he's not tanky anymore. No way. He has like no items whatsoever. He finishes his BKB, so he's going like double downing on his carry route.
Yeah, pseudo carry. Like even with the BKB, do you really feel like you're?
I mean, you say pseudo, but he's like
pseudo carry.
No, the BKB is like full carry build right now.
Pseudo core. Sorry.
I think you forgot he's actually a support.
Yeah.
Well, wait, what do I do?
Sometimes supports get into that mindset. You get a couple of kills early, and you're like, you know what? I'm carrying. Cool.
Yeah, I think he definitely got baited by that. But we'll see. Maybe it works out, you know? Like, he can hit hard if Draw Ranger's not bothered.
Another courier kill.
He lost the
Shivas.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it happens. You get some kills. All of a sudden, you say, you know what? I'm building Midas on Ancient Apparition. And then you lose the game, and then your teammates are reporting you and pinging you, and then you stop playing Dota for
who's gonna ping Arm in this game, though? 063?
I wouldn't.
Dude, like, if I did it in any pub, I would get reported instant.
I already report you.
Thank you. I report myself.
Hey, could you imagine? I had a bad game. I'm gonna report myself.
I really hate what
banned for like a day. You're like, yeah, I deserved it.
Like your vote is the one that actually gets you banned.
Worry with the BKB going after Ame. Again, Ame in the front lines. Remnant back and forth. They've got the gush coming through, but it's still with BKB.
Be careful, Ame.
Pressure. He's going to have another BKB. The BKB is going to be popped by Ame. Now they'll look over, and nothing to say. Who pops his own BKB. Astral Step running away. That's the refresher and the double BKB coming out from Worry, and they don't get anything out of it. So Aster trying to take advantage of their lead at the moment, and really kills that probably should have happened.
Yeah, but now the big problem is how do you, against that Monkey King ring.
But you know he doesn't have BKB right now. The arena's down, the refresher's down.
Yeah.
Can you
but
look for a pickoff and then go for Roche?
Like whoever gets one pickoff is definitely gonna go for Roche. Like it doesn't matter who.
For sure.
Both teams do it well. Radiant does it really. Dia is not as fast, but still quick enough.
Don't need to be that fast when you got a big lead.
Very true.
Bobica. Excellent.
All right, drain 100 mana and get out of
It's
there.
got the refresher now too, so they've got double Ravage. Fighting in a Roche is certainly viable, but certainly scary.
They need to take out that Monkey King though with a double Ravage. And if they do, he has buyback.
And if they don't, they probably lost the fight already.
Yeah. Like, you cannot afford to waste any spell at this point at all. Like, the best case scenario is they kill the monkey with one Ravage and still have one for his buyback.
Yeah, if you can get that pick off, and this might be the jump into the Ravage. They're on the edge. They are smoked up. Smoke used by Bobica, and well, now they're gonna go. They'll make the jump. They've got the double Ravage. It's on to 3 at the end of the day. They get to go to XXS, who does have buyback, but that's both Ravages down. The break comes through. They've got the balance strike as well as to figure it out on this Faith Beyond Tide. Meanwhile, the arena as well as the spear lands on both Y and nothing to say. Bobica does fall. He doesn't have buyback. They've bought back on the green stroke too. So, well, 2 buybacks used on Aster, and oh gosh, the damage out and the kill there onto the Weaver. 4 heroes down to the side of LGD. They might be forced to buy back. They could buy back on 3. They don't have the Tide Hunter, so
won't do anything.
I don't know if they really can go for this. Ame certainly can't go for it alone, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Cut it to the net worth, but it's not going to matter if you give away an Aegis Cheese and an Axe Blessing.
Yeah, the Axe Blessing is going to be
Do you think they could have bought back this?
Nah, they can't. No Ravage means you can't fight.
You're giving up so much, though. You're giving up technically 6,000 in gold, even though it's really 42. Whatever, the blessing part, I don't really count.
Yeah, but the problem is,
and an Aegis.
They didn't even use Monkey King ult. They still had it for the pit. Like, Draw Ranger just never feels comfortable fighting right now, which is really a big problem of the hero. As we said, like, if you fall behind early, it's very hard for you to catch back up. And if you are in that uncomfortable territory and there are so many jumpers, like, what do you do?
And they're really going to just give up this high ground, not buy back. Or at least they're going to try and hold their buyback as much as they can. Maybe Aster can force it out by going for tier 4s and baiting some buybacks here. They might buy back once the tide's up if they want to fight, but they still don't have Ravage. It's not an easy fight.
Round Ignite, so it's a quad wall damage!
The damage!
Draw Ranger, baby!
Quad Ignite, now the BKB still gets the top tier 3. That was, wow. Okay.
That's Draw Ranger.
I mean, that's the fear, right?
He did a Silver Edge crit with a marksman shot together, which is practically just like a pure 1200 damage or so. Yeah. Very balanced. But yeah, Draw is not out of the game. It's just, he's never part of any fight because he's so afraid that any of the 4 heroes is going to jump him. Yeah. Like, you know, when they had the double Ravage, he literally did 0 hits in a team fight. He did nothing. And then as soon as he bought back, he ran away with Silver Edge. 0 damage dealt that fight. Like, I understand it's a very difficult position to be in as a drawer, but if you don't hit, you don't deal damage. If you don't deal damage,
I mean, this is certainly a telling graph where Weaver's your biggest damage outputter.
Yeah, it's a big problem. It's a big problem. And most of that damage from just now is actually, or like from that graph is from just now, like from the Rex defense.
Man, fresher Monkey King.
Yeah,
no joke that this item
so
just gets picked up everywhere.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, Refresher is just ridiculous, but Refresher Monkey King in particular is very strong. You have this double ring. You can literally just ring, jump on top of them. If they run out, you just put another ring on top of that ring. You can never leave. You can't leave. Now you have an Aeon Disc also on the Mars and on the Lion, so who do you burst? Answer is no one.
Lion feeling very comfortable, enjoying his ninja gear.
Yeah. Penta sword on the Mars, actually.
Radiant's
What does the
bottom
Monkey
tower
have
is
then?
under attack. Dire structures
What a
are
Witchblade.
fortified.
Yeah, oh, okay. Did the spell.
Radiant's
like it.
bottom tower has fallen.
I don't like LGD's chances, though.
Now down 25,000. They were cutting into it, but then, you know, they weren't.
Yeah, then the bank said, okay, we're collecting our interest now. Interest fee.
Yeah, and Aster collected on their interest, and, you know, that comes with an act blessing and some racks and some
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And a cheese.
cheese and an Aegis. That graph just,
Looks pretty... Surprisingly enough, they still have they still give LGD 26% chance.
that is pretty high when you consider where this game looks like it's at.
You guys seen the draw damage, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're in the right position, defending the high ground, but LGD, 5-man smoke, they're going to fight outside the base.
They saw the Ember, They're looking for him. But now they're all together, they're probably, oh my god, is Saigon so scared to go up?
They know they can go up the left side.
It's so obvious the smoke though, because all the lanes are pushing in, you're not showing anywhere. Aster's 100% prepared.
They're not even anywhere close.
Yeah, like they're so ready for
Look
this.
at where they are.
Wow.
985 crit.
And it's without Silver Edge.
5-man smoke now from Aster. They read the map, they read the move, and now they're going to try and counter it. And the question is, you know, you just had LGD TP back from top, so you have to walk their way back, going back to top.
I just want to see Drow hit the monkey like 4 times and he just dies instantly.
Potentially.
Oh my god.
They found why.
Why did they find why?
Chicken across the road, and they're going to get the killer there. They're on the hook to the Ravage, but they've got the Aeon. Just the right click damage coming through on XSS with the BKB. Ame in some trouble, leashed up next to the Soulbind. Wukon's Ame getting low, and well, there's the double Abyssal. There's the double kill, and there goes LGD in this fight. They bought back on Y. They don't get Weaver out. And, well, no, Weaver's dead for 90. They drop the gem. They drop a lot of gold and a lot of percentages in winning this game.
Yeah, like, it was just the worst case scenario. Like, your BKB Drow was soulbound, and then he can't run away out of the arena, out of the ring.
And again, in the forefront of that fight.
Yeah, like, he's always in melee range of someone when the fight starts. It's a big, big problem.
The Blink Daggers have really made that.
Radiant's top barracks
That presence
are
felt
under
from XXS, from Dota, the Blink right in. Blink, Ravage coming in.
Damage.
Again, the damage coming into the Monkey King. Here comes Ori though, there's the Blink here. They've got the Earth Spike, they'll get the kill on it, they'll take it quickly. They will go over, nothing to say, he just bombed back, they get the kill there on the Monkey King, but when he has buyback, nothing to say, is dead. 4 heroes gone without buyback, and there's the Aster. They are going to look clean in this game number 1, and they will take it over LGD. Wow. A great way to start the series, a great way to start the season. 1 game closer to taking a series off LGD.
Yeah, it's very impressive performance for sure.
Oh,
like, LGD tried the best, stayed in it for as long as they could. But yeah, Aster gave him no chance to breathe. Like, really, every team fight just boiled down to the same thing. Which one of us 4 gets on top of the Drow? It was always someone. Yeah. Sometimes the Mars. Last fight, it was Ori. You just saw the damage drop off, right? Like, he 4 hits the monkey almost, then Ori's on top and he's like, well, now I didn't no damage anymore.
Yeah, they had the lockdown, they had the Earth Spike, he had no BKB in that fight because he used it the top jungle.
Team Aster's turn to
Guess
ban.
not. I mean, not for this game anyway. I mean, still a second game to go, and LGD maybe like the Chinese meta overpowers the actual performance of the teams, right? Because it is Chinese meta that Aster beat other Chinese teams, and it's Chinese meta that LGD start the season slowly. So, I mean, maybe they're powerless to fight it.
10
It's fate.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, we
PSG,
talked about this earlier, how
LGD
Aster
turn
tends
to
to do
ban.
really well in the DPC leagues and then goes to major, and that's when they really struggle. And
That was a different Aster.
Yeah.
They're not the same team they were 20 minutes.
yeah, they're just back to owning in the DPC. I mean, off to a fantastic start already, obviously. So I'm super excited to see game number 2 here, and I think the
10
draft is going to
seconds
be just as
remaining.
important as it was in game 1. I mean, Aster got what they wanted,
5 seconds
didn't really make the
remaining.
mistakes this game.
And this was without their eggs and bacon as well. You know, we didn't see any brood. We didn't see any craziness going on. You know, no Ori DP or anything like
You were
this.
talking about like
LGD's
potential
turn
cheese
to ban.
picks and whatnot.
Team
I mean, Drow
Aster's
Ranger's kind of
turn
a
to
cheese pick, but you went all in on that Drow Ranger.
Yeah. So, you know, for both teams as well, there's so many just strange things they can pick up.
LGD's
This time around, maybe we'll see it in game number 2. Let's find out as we get into the draft.
PSG,
Same ban, but nothing different here.
LGD's
Oh, wow. Okay, that is confidence. So
Admiral Konka.
we see the exact same bans. OD, IO, Weaver.
No, Bane was banned instead of Weaver.
Oh, yeah, Bane instead of Weaver. You're right.
Yep.
So I was going to say, King of Queen of Pain very
10
first.
seconds remaining.
Ori, slow down, buddy. Okay, you had a good run. Okay, you had a good game.
5
Now, first
seconds
facing the Queen of
remaining.
Pain, he is feeling it right now. He is just like,
That is
wow.
bold, yeah. And I mean, they instantly punish it, right? They pick up Kunkka, Grimstroke. These heroes are so good at dealing with the Queen of Pain. So I love it. I love the response right away.
You can jump the back line fairly easy, Grimstroke, but the Kunkka, he's tanky enough that he can deal with the Queen of Pain, and then he trades fairly well just by throwing out Tidebringer's con. You were saying?
I was just wondering how the matchup worked, especially now that Dagger heals, because I feel like previously it was kind of like Kunkka wins the harass just by constantly
Team
being able
Aster's
to
turn to
slightly
ban.
lower cooldown on Tidebringer.
Yeah.
But now the Dagger heals, I don't know if is that still true?
It's still, well, you have a little bit more sustain, so you can harass Kunkka a little bit easier. You sometimes even go 3 points in the dagger if the Kunkka will stay in the lane, even though very rarely Queen of Pain goes 3 points in the dagger. Because you're always going to
10
get off onto it.
seconds
He needs to go
remaining.
into the creep wave in order to actually hit the cleave off
LGD's
onto you
turn to
and to
ban.
heal up. You're always going to have him fairly slow. Queen of Pain does better than she used to against this one. That's one of the reasons why she's gotten so much popular, just so well against so many different matchups.
She farms incredibly fast right now, too. She's one of the fastest scaling heroes with the change to her
10
shard.
seconds remaining.
Like blink scream every wave, and there's just
And then die because
5
you blinked
seconds
into the creep
remaining.
wave. But-
hey, okay, you know,
Aster's turn to ban.
you don't have to do that to me. No, but you get the Lincolns and the passive spell block as well at 25 even, so you have like a lot of survivability on this hero as it does go late. They ban out the puck anyway, so they're a little bit worried, you know, maybe that this could be even an
LGD's
off lane
turn
or
to
even a
ban.
safe lane Kunkka, something that we have seen flexed a few times.
I hate this.
The safe lane Kunkka build, it's a little odd, I'll be honest, but it has happened. We've seen it be a little bit successful here and there. But Aster do manage to pick up the Mars, and XXS had a fantastic game.
10
Yeah,
seconds
yeah,
Hero, so I'm
remaining.
super excited to see him to get on it.
I'm a little scared because, you know,
5
the round
seconds
2,
remaining.
he set the bar very high for himself. You know, now he's feeling the pressure. Got to pull off another game like that. But I mean, it's XXS. He's an absolute veteran. Not going to be remotely worried about or anything like that.
Number one thing that I'm worried about when I see Kunkka drafts is you can be so much more flexible with what you want to pick. So it's much harder to predict what PSG.LGD are going. You can run it in position 1, but because he's a tanky frontliner, there's like several different. Go armlet for damage. You can go
Team
PKB.
Aster's turn
If
to
you're
ban.
you don't have an offlane that plays that far forward or has that much control, you go Egg and Scepter. Different things that you can do. He's an amazing frontliner and very versatile mid for that reason. Versus Queen of Pain, like you know that she's going to be playing like jumping the back lines and whatnot.
10
Mars is
seconds
going to be your
remaining.
frontliner. You need a right-click DPS for safe lane,
5
so it's very easy to
seconds
predict
remaining.
what Aster's going to do.
There is actually an Orchid build for Kunkka as well that actually got popularized because of Queen of Pain and a few other
Yeah.
mid lane heroes. So you could see it's not that common.
Yeah, we saw that one, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's that common, but it is something to do on the Kunkka because you have a lot of burst damage from the boat and the torrent and the Tidebringer. That the soul burn ends up being a pretty hefty chunk of damage as well.
Yeah.
But when you have a Grimstroke already, it might be a little kind of like a little bit of excess, like double dipping almost. So
yeah, and that forces a queen to go.
Yeah, exactly. It forces the queen's item build, absolutely, and that is it's not a feels
remaining.
good. You're gonna get a BKB eventually, but you don't want to have to pick up a
5 seconds remaining.
No heals on the hero anymore?
No, almost nowadays it's pretty much just Orchid into BKB.
Okay.
BKB is just too good because Refresher is too good. Right? It's just way too value.
PSG.LGD Team Aster's turn
right
to
now.
pick.
They'll reduce the BKB duration back down to 5 seconds. Legit.
People nerf Refresher first.
How do they nerf it?
I like Refresher being popular though. Like it feels like we never see Refresher. Suddenly
They might give it the Aeon Disc treatment, the scaling cooldown, to where like your
10
first use is more
seconds
value, but it scales with like.
So the last refresher orb is like 300 seconds.
5
Don't get
seconds.
Yeah, like you get to use it like once every
The
5
same
minutes, like
cooldown
game or
is 4 to
something.
5.
Yeah,
it just breaks.
yeah.
It breaks eventually. That's your idea.
It just becomes a one-time refresher shard.
Becomes an orb.
Yeah.
Useless orb.
What do you think of the Bane here, though? I mean, I know you're not a big fan.
Surprised it got through
yeah.
initially.
Not a fan at all, but it limits. I mean, it's very good about what I was talking about. They need a right-click carry that does a lot of damage. It's probably going to be a melee hero if they've got Mars Quap. Need something else that can frontline alongside the Mars if their mid is going to be a Queen of Pain. And of course,
Team
Bane is going to be
Aster's
very good
turn to
against.
pick.
Lion.
Smart preemptive Bane pick.
Double Fiend's great as well. Something you always have to be concerned about. I mean, we saw last game, Aster with the Grimstroke hit a ton of really good.
Yeah, which the Lion, right? Double fingers, double hexes,
Abyssal Blades even.
10
yeah.
seconds
Now we
remaining.
have a chance for double enfeeble.
Oh, that's a sick play.
5 seconds remaining.
Does anybody even remember what Enfeeble does?
No, that ability's been changed so many times.
I do know it increases cast time by 35%. Good luck blinking away from that Queen of Pain.
The only issue is that a lot of the really popular mid heroes right now all have like instant cast time abilities, so that extra cast time is not useful at all.
I want to see if you can spot it on the Queen. I'm going to be looking only for this. My post game's going to be rubbish here because I'm just going to be focused entirely on seeing
Queen of Pain has to build an Arcane
LGD
Blink in order to speed up her cast time.
Of course, yes.
She can
And counter out that Enfeeble.
Arcane Blink into an
It's the only
immediate
play.
blink out. Yes, classic. It's my anti-mage with Blink daggers.
Ooh, that's an interesting one.
I actually really like the Enchantress. It's so good
10
against Inkswell.
seconds remaining.
So you have a hero that can basically
5 seconds
dispel.
remaining.
It'll still stun, right? It still does this AoE stun, but if it hasn't done much damage,
Yeah, it's like very short. That.
and it helps make space for your carry. Also, just does a lot of damage in the lane. Trades fairly decently against both these supports from PSG.LGD.
Do we think this is Lanham going like, pick my Enchantress? I'm going to pick my Enchantress. Good luck with it.
Yeah.
It depends how well they react to the Enchantress pick. Usually if you ward up, I think it's like 3 jungle camps is the rule. You want to be able to block the ones closest to your lane, then maybe one a little bit further. And then with level 1 enchant, she has to walk so far by the time she
Team
gets to the lane.
Aster's
The creature's
turn to
basically
bat.
about to expire.
Night Stalker.
Doesn't get any use out of it. Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure though for whoever's playing this Enchantress. If Lanham's picked you Enchantress and he's watching your game, you're gonna oh god, oh, no.
You're sweating in the booth the whole time. Like, please don't critique me.
You mess one thing. You leveled
10
what?
seconds remaining.
He's coming.
Ooh, a Night Stalker. Okay.
5
Great against the
seconds
Queen of Pain
remaining.
until you have BKB.
Good against most of these heroes. Enchantress, Lion, Queen of Pain, anybody you jump, you stay on top of them. Your game is just ruined.
You have 2 Spirit Vessel builders here for PSG.LGD as well if they want to go for it. You can build it on the Kunkka.
It's not a big reason to you care about Enchantress.
And it's great against Mars too, though. Like it's not bad. But yeah, you're right. It depends on what the one position is. Have that option right now.
Probably
10
start thinking
seconds
about whatever the one.
remaining.
So he can just fly over the arena.
5 seconds
Night Stalker,
remaining.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's very funny. Dark Ascent will take you. Firefly doesn't take you over the arena. You actually walk.
It's clearly different
Team
altitudes.
Aster's
right?
Yeah,
turn
that
to
Z
bat.
axis. He's not quite tall enough.
Bigger wings on the Night Stalker. Although more. No, because if you sit on a bat, right, clearly it's not going to fly very high. So Checks out, right?
Yeah,
Anything
are you fat shaming Batrider right now?
He's curvy. He's curvy. It's fine.
PSG.LGD.
I like the Void Spirit ban here.
Ban.
So they're actually anticipating that it could be safe lane Kunkka that we've seen a little bit. And they're actually prioritizing banning out nothing to Say's mid lane right now. But interesting. And they banned the Ember as well. So that is their option. Or it is kind of what they're expecting here on the side of Aster.
Yeah.
PSG.LGD though. Know that Aster for sure need their safe lane pick here. So they get rid of the troll board. Something that's good into the Night Stalker is, I was going to say, is Wraith King and Naga Siren. But Naga Siren has not been picked all that much.
10 seconds remaining.
Troll would be able to play pretty far forward as long as the supports had Lotus Orb or something like that, or deal with the Bane.
Templar Assassin.
The Wraith King obviously gets back up after Fiend's Grip. He's great for that reason. The Ember Spirit and the Void Spirit bans are, I guess, a sign that they prioritize keeping. Okay.
Yeah.
They prioritize keeping these supports on the back line alive. Lion is a very important hero to keep alive. Right? It's like just as important as a core hero as the game goes on.
I think this tier is literally just because any carry hero they had to pick here needs to go BKB like first.
Absolutely.
And they did not have many options. That makes sense.
There's just not a lot of heroes left that do well into the Night Stalker lane. And she is a hero that will kind of be not visible at the start of the fights and then wants to like blink in and just try and burst down some of these supports. So might be able to get heroes like Bane or the Grimstroke, and taking them out of the fight early is pretty big.
Unfortunately, you've got two Heaven's Halberd builders that you're playing against.
Yeah.
And a lot of the damage has to come out from the TA.
Well, they just grabbed the Luna. So I see 4 run-at-you heroes on LGD, plus the Luna to just sit behind and farm her pants off. Is this a good game for LGD, are we thinking?
Yes, I think it becomes way too easy to counter out the damage that you have on Aster. I think a lot of it comes down to how good campaign is going to do in the mid lane again. A bit of a cheap answer to say it's all mid-game matchup. So late game, I definitely prefer PSG.LGD.
Okay. I kind of agree. I think the Night Stalker pick is going to do a lot of work. Dark Ascension's vision control is going to be huge for them because Kunkka really benefits off of having that vision. And then, of course, Luna, like you said, will be able to have a lot of space to farm here. Matches up fairly well into the Mars lane. Once you have BKB, it becomes pretty easy.
Yeah, nice little bit of synergy there with the Dark Ascension as well, right? So
absolutely.
There's some really nice stuff going on between this LGD. Yeah, I think we're going 3 people for LGD. I think this is going to be a 1-1. That's what we think is going to happen. What is going to happen? We'll have to find out. We got our casters, B Copper Black, to take you through the action for game number 2.
Thank you very much, Nomad. Want us to figure out what's going to happen? Me, you? Think we can figure it out?
What?
I said, you think we can figure it out?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
No?
For sure.
Right, you know what? I don't know. I feel like I'm not going to...
I'll let them do the figuring out. I'm just going to do my thing.
Okay.
The thing.
You're going to figure out what you're gonna do? Wow, I'm stumbling. Stumbling on my words.
What are we going to do?
We're going to go to the game. I'm going to watch. Then we'll figure it out.
Hopefully, it's a little awkward.
Oh, man. It's good to be back.
But yeah.
It is good to
Who are you feeling?
be
Who are you
back.
feeling?
Who am I feeling? I don't know. I feel like the panel just casters cursed out OGD. So, do I go Aster 2-0? I need your advice.
Well, I'm going LGD.
If I go LGD, Aster gonna win. We all know how casters cursing works. It just happens. It always happens.
Make your choice.
Well, I'll make my choice at the end of the game, I think.
Prepare
How's that
for
a
battle.
choice?
Because then you can never get predictions wrong.
Yeah, that's not a choice anymore.
Yeah, but nobody knows that. If I just say, oh yeah, I definitely chose them.
Oh, that's no.
You should try it.
It's magical, Papa.
No?
I'm giving you that look of like
Disappointment.
Disappointment. Sadness.
That's the signal to the guys in production who are just like, get this guy, shut up and stop looking at me. Well, you know, now we'll get in the game.
Didn't accomplish that though.
No, now I keep talking. We talk about the game instead of, you know, our predictions.
Yeah.
We could high five like that.
Easily. Did it right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard that.
I don't know if the mics picked that up, but that was our high five.
It was way better than theirs.
Now it's on cooldown.
Yeah, for
30
no,
seconds
it's only a cooldown if you don't high five.
Yeah, well, ours goes on.
Where are you
It hurt
going?
my hand.
Sorry. Why? A little bit of trouble.
Bird Spike late into the aggression. First blood there for Ori. Good stroke of fate on like 4 heroes, but no follow-up damage to really make anything of it.
It was
Ori with first blood.
Stroke of fate and the Tidebringer on like 4 heroes. So a lot of AoE damage, but 1 tango each is gonna patch them up, no problem. But yeah, why is a little bit just like he just walks forward? It's like, I'm a Bane, I'm pretty tanky.
Definitely not Ogre again this game.
Definitely not. Sort of the same-ish. Flying Ghost with way too much base stats.
If he had a second head, I would totally give this to you, but not really the same. Cosmetically.
The head might be in a different dimension because it's a ghost. It's a very beautiful river.
Yeah. Can you swim in this high of water?
No. Not that. Dude, this, the creeps are so small and their feet aren't even covered by... Like,
I don't know, maybe.
I don't think you can swim there, no.
No goal for you.
I just make your swimming abilities, not if.
Unless you slaughter, I guess you technically... Is he swimming when he does a tail dance? No, he's sliding, right?
I don't know. I guess it would be swimming at that point.
Well, I don't know.
How do you feel about this matchup? Quab, Kunkka. Not a matchup we see a lot, but certainly an interesting one. We don't see a lot of Kunkka, but
we also see when they die, which is super unexpected in this lane. Like,
well, I mean, what does Siamese Cat really have to offer except for enchant?
Yeah, but how do you die level 1 to think of Stroke of Fate and Void that does nothing on Daylight? Must have stepped out of position. And be like, oh, a little bit too greedy. Probably like a range creep deny, he wouldn't want to get out anything. But yeah, mid lane should be relatively even. Kunkka can have a little bit of problems, like at higher levels, but you just go jungle, you get your levels and gold anyway. That's why the mid lane is considered pretty meh nowadays, you know, by a lot of mid players, including myself.
I say we just go Dota Reborn.
Okay.
1 courier per team again.
Yeah, but you have to upgrade.
Yeah.
Manually.
Make mid harder.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I would love that.
I remember you weren't a huge fan of water runes.
I'm a lane dominance player. I hate all this stuff. There should be no camps. No camps, no free water runes, no free courier. Lose or win.
No, I like free courier. Free courier just because as a support, it always stunk spending all your starting gold on just nothing that really benefited you.
Never did support.
But like, I still want a magic stick.
No. Dude, did you play Dota when you literally just had like 1 slot for a sentry ward, 1 slot for an ops ward, 1 slot for a TP?
Yeah, it was hell.
It was great.
Hell for supports.
I like 2-hit every support because I had no items.
Yeah, that was the problem. It's no better. I still get 2-hit.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Because neutral items and stuff make the enemy stronger too.
Yeah. And Boba back on the line. He had a fantastic game number 1.
It's gonna be hard to replicate that. Ooh.
Stop the TP.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope his bottle is coming though, because he's real low.
He's hoping, you know, just fill it up on the bounty rune and get back into lane, make something happen. But you know, how much can you do?
Wait, one more.
More right click and Siamese Cat will be there.
For nothing.
Well,
Keep
Died
going
for
down.
nothing, he said. Kind of true, actually.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. But I actually like this TA pick into the Night Stalker. Oh, a little bit of action in top lane.
Hit with the God's Rebuke.
Oh.
Good Nightmare.
His master's name Mare. They say good night.
Nightmare. Yeah. I see your jokes. He's a horse. He's a mare.
But yeah, like I like these really big right-click damage dealers against Night Stalker. Because he wants to jump into the backline, but then you can just prevent it by being there and like 3 or 4 shotting him, which is also why I like PA so much against him. Very similar concept. Mars doing fairly well. It should actually be a pretty difficult lane when he doesn't care. Faith Beyond.
Oh, looking for the ink swell, but it was a little bit of hesitation, and that might cost Faith Beyond his life. Gets into the trees, gets away from this Enchantress for now. Working with that Tango regen, they've got the Ice Armor. And not a lot of mana left here on Siamese Cat anyway. Faith Beyond dangerous game he's playing.
And he's struggling down here a lot. Like only 11 CS, no region left. If you shut down Night Stalker early, he has no way back into the game.
Oh gosh,
nice.
God's rebuke. God's will be felt, and well, it's gonna be why who gets hit by it.
Yeah, already 1k gold ahead. Like the lanes are not going well at all for LGD. They're losing all 3. And we all know what happens when you lose those 3 lanes.
Your percentage of winning the game goes down very exponentially.
Yeah, it's... Whew.
Struggle.
Wow, Kunkka is losing super hard. 1k net worth behind. Damn. That's not what I expected at all. He's already full jungle. At level 4. Oof. Like, you never want to do that until you're like level 7, maybe 5 if it's really bad, but...
And this is nothing to say who hardly loses his lane, let alone twice in the same series.
Ori is back.
It's a bit early, but I will give it to you.
Thank you. He's level 6 and...
Oh my God.
Yeah. 1.5 levels ahead.
Yeah, he is. Ooh, man. He could rotate.
Look at Hex. Oh, no mana.
Nightmare.
Bye-bye, Boboka.
Some beam. And a kill there for Y. Now they're going to go after XXS.
We're going after who?
Oh, yeah. Well, Y's got to run. God's Rebuke once again. Not a lot of mana here for XXS, though, to follow that up anyway. Y will just fall back a little bit. Opens up the lane for Ame, who is starting to get back into things.
Yeah, Helm of Iron Will is too strong.
And this is... Man, look at Sabi's cat. Stealing what should be Kunkka's.
Yeah, I mean, he's an Ench, he can do it. Kunkka's not even level 60, there's no threat of a ghost ship. No burst damage.
Nothing.
To say.
Lead. Ori. Level 7.
A little bit ugly, isn't it?
What, the mid lane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a DD on Kunkka though, and now he's level 6, so maybe we're gonna get a good ghost ship rotation.
He's got to do something, and I think Siamese Cat's done a great job of warding up and pressuring this Kunkka on his own.
Oh, that could be a good one here.
And Nightmare, oh no, not gonna last long enough, and now Y, well, probably gonna die here. Ori certainly has the damage, especially with the help from Boboka. There's an Earth Spike, and the right clicks from Ori will get the kill eventually. For a second, it felt so good and then felt so wrong. And they won't be able to get the kill out on to this Queen of Pain. Monet taking some damage, but the refraction now turning it around, and the right clicks in, the Meld Strike out onto the Night Stalker. And all of a sudden, both the Grimstroke and the Night Stalker have a sliver of health.
I think you...
Yeah, Siamese Cat's just gonna come around here and eventually knock this Grimstroke out.
Possible. By
Okay, I'll take that, I guess.
Power.
Man, things are going terribly wrong for LGD in this entire series. Not just in the game 1, but overall as well. Yeah, it's just no move is really working. Like, what happened in the mid lane on the Nightmare? He just torrented too late, or must have been.
Must have been something, because it did not line up the way they wanted it to go.
It's a good X mark, but
They got the X, but there's the Hex, and now Inkswell, it'll pop, but not in time. Ori pops a haste rune and just walks away.
yeah, another rotation, not successful. Mars, meantime, just pressuring top lane, almost up to his armlet. And then TA is free farming bot.
Dire's bottom
Yeah.
tower is under attack.
Night Stalker that is not having a good time in the first nighttime is... What is he?
Ineffective.
Sure, but what's another name? Night
Dire's top
Stalker,
tower is under attack.
Night Kitten.
Cat.
Don't run off.
Really?
Definitely not. More of a bat, if anything. Y gets the Nightmare, but Ori now looking after this Bane. Meld Strike comes through. Sonic on the 3. Y, he's dead first. Go ship out onto an Enchantress, but really, I don't think Aster care for that.
You're gonna take what you can get at this point.
Yeah.
Dire's structures
LGD
are
grabbing
fortified.
any shrivel of hope off that kill.
lively now. Your admiral is on
Yeah, it's
board.
still only 2k lead, but they had to evacuate the safe lane already.
X has just been hitting this tower.
The entire time.
XXS cam, always this.
I like the sound. Very fierce, right?
Dire's
Yeah,
top tower
well,
has fallen.
I guess. I don't know if that's the sound a trident would make off of a stone tower. Does sound very fearsome.
For always agreeing with me.
Never disagree.
I always look for someone like that in my life.
You've come to the right place. I'm a yes man.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's me. Thank you. Invis picked up for nothing to say. He'll bottle that up. We'll see if they work with that Invis to move around the map and make something happen. It would go well with Y having level 6, but he's level 4, and
Who took the tome?
you'd really love to have Fiend's Grip.
Yeah, did Grimstroke take the tome, or because they're both on level 6?
No, they're not.
Another to the tally.
There's the tome. They just purchased it.
Yeah, on the Bane. Okay, he's gonna have his
Needed the
grip up.
gold.
Yeah, if you don't have money for tome at minute 10, it's usually not a good sign.
No. Bane just hitting the 4-digit mark on network. It is not going well for Y, and back under.
But now Grip is online, they're definitely gonna find the smoke rotation somehow. Maybe with the Invis on the Kunkka. But who's finding who here? Have Finger.
Yeah, they will have the damage or spike in, and Luna now hexed up. They've got the control. Oriana make a kill streak.
Yeah, he didn't get the Finger stack at least, but
Looking for that burst damage, making sure they could get that kill.
yeah, there's only a small victory for LGD though. Losing a Luna like that never feels good.
Doesn't really feel like it's
kill it. Gone.
A spear landing, Ink Swell will eventually pop onto the Mars. Stroke of Fate, maybe he survives.
Not gone.
Starts to walk it away, and they do have level 6 on Y, but do you really want a Fiend's Grip without anything to follow that up? No. So just walk away, and they won't go for potentially a counterplay. 4,000 net worth for Aster. X Torrent, this time it lands.
No!
Oh!
Missed combo again.
The combo not looking good. Nothing to say, struggling.
Yeah.
Uncharacteristic to what we've seen him do
Radiant's bottom tower
for
is under
what
attack.
feels like the past year, 2 years. Dominate the lane, make everything look so clean.
Right, especially the past, like, what, 7 months or so, right?
Yeah.
That's where he really came into form.
All of a sudden,
Radiant structures
you know,
are
at least right now, not putting the combos together.
Radiant's
4K
bottom
behind at this
tower
point is
under attack.
Yeah, it's trouble for sure. You also use Nighttime for that, so Night Stalker gonna be ineffective for the next 2 minutes. And the next Nighttime Quap is gonna have a BKB already. He rushed BKB first time.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I think at the tower bottom, that's something that they can go for, but looks like they're going to lose the mid-tier 1, so that opens up the jungle.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, I didn't expect Aster to be like this, you know?
This is kind of like how it felt last year. Aster dominated the DPC season.
Yeah.
Ambitious, Bobica.
All right.
Very ambitious.
Maybe if you have the level 25 talent with the range.
Maybe 40 minutes from now, but not now. That's for sure.
A good one.
Some efficient farm.
Yeah. Learn from this. Always pull the camps together. More efficient bounces.
Did you get excited about efficient farming?
Yeah, I mean, I always give it when they don't do it.
Yeah.
They're just being lazy, you know? Because I hate myself for it when I'm lazy. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do it. God. Why didn't I do it? Now I have to hate myself for the next 10 minutes.
As a support person, I just, you know.
Don't you hate it when you stack for your carry and he doesn't farm it efficiently?
Yeah, but when you see it like this, I'm just like, oh, all that hard work. Stacked all those camps. Let me go. And then he farms it efficiently and he gets it, bam, gold like that. Bobica gonna move forward with Ori here, looking for Fate Beyond. They've got the Earth Spike and the Finger. Almost feels like Bobica's got it down to a science where the Finger and the Earth Spike connect at the same time.
Yeah, so the damages are combined, right? Now just a killer duo, the two of them. Maybe they can find. Oh, they got a grip.
Fiend's Grip and the Eclipse down onto Monet. That's a kill they need.
Oh, they lose Ame though.
Blink Arena Nightmare. Ame, TP attempt, and there's the Ghost Ship Sonic Wave, and they don't get the kill onto Ame. However, Feigns a second
Neutral
prize.
queen.
And, well, gets killed in the neutral, so they don't even get the silver medal.
The golem was like,
Radiant's middle
Participation
tower is under
award
attack.
for them.
that was a mad mud golem.
Yeah.
Don't touch my family. Bam! Right in the neck.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Axe and Earth Spirit give a little bit of a boxing one, too.
That was a haymaker for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna be blink soon.
Blessings upon a loyal
We've seen it.
warrior.
The double blink. And then you've got Ori who can blink as well.
Dire's top tower is
Yeah,
under
like,
attack.
You just so much mobility that's gonna find them to be in an advantageous in almost every fight if played perfect. Or not perfectly, if played right. Like it doesn't even need to be perfect. When you've got that much blink, the instant hex, the blink arena, blink sonic wave.
Or at least this time you don't have a draw ranger that's really dependent on positioning. Oh, thank you.
You away, the ink swell.
BKB first on Quap is a very rare sight. But this game makes a lot of sense. Against the Grimstroke, against the Silence, against the X Mark. There's so many spells that are annoying to you.
And then going into the Shard, which I love on Queen.
It's so good.
Go right up onto that Bane, blink on top of him. Boom. All right. Fiend's grip canceled.
It's been-
Blink Arena, good blink
Oh.
from Faith Beyond though. First item blink, so you know, yeah, he's got the blink. He can work with that
Dire's
nighttime, get
middle
the
tower
silence
is
out,
under
but
attack.
not really outputting a lot of damage.
And not tanking.
No. He's look at the jump off in net worth from Mars to the Night Stalker. It is
Yeah.
a lot.
Like
He
TA is
really
gonna
taking a
3 hit
back
him
seat.
with that Deso.
Yep.
You jump into the backline, bong bong bong, and you're gone. There have to be a lot of follow-up. Yes, sir.
No, I'm just thinking about Monet and TA. If you just switch the in-game
Radiant's
sounds.
middle tower is under
Bung, bung,
attack.
bung. Bung, bung, bung. I'll take it.
Yeah, good. I still think they should hire me as a sound effect
Yeah,
guy.
we're starting to get new creeps. We're starting to get new towers. I want new right-click effect noise.
Or anything really, you can hire me. You heard my Goku scream,
Yeah.
Radiant
Intense.
structures are fortified.
smoldering intensity. I can do it all.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Thank
attack.
you.
AC for nothing to say next. BKB picked up here for Ame. Not a lot of kills in 17 minutes. Game is teetering on the edge of
Radiant's
going
middle tower
heavily into the
has
favor of
fallen.
Aster, that's for sure. And LGD just trying to hang on to the moment. I know they're down only 3,000, but it does feel like Aster have good control of the map and a good control of their positioning in the game where come one good fight.
Yeah, but they got a good window now, that double BKB. Luna is very, very big, and they definitely got to make sure to play around her. Maybe take a big team fight, kill a guy or two, straight to the Roche pit, and get the Luna snowball going. But Aster have different plans. Again, the killer though. They can't burst the Kunkka though from full to zero, no way. Whoa, that was fast.
That was a really quick BKB, and well, you may have come for me, Bobica, but no, now you got nothing to say because you've been killed by nothing to say.
I do have to say though, that is on Ori. Like, you gotta let the lion go in first. Like, don't even give the opponent a chance, right?
Sin hex.
Yeah.
Take him out.
No need to do that. Ori a little bit overexcited, or maybe he's like
Radiant
Boboka.
structures are
I
fortified.
know what he did last summer.
Good first movie, bad sequels.
As it is so often with movies, isn't it?
Dire's
Did I still
turret
know what you
has
did
been
last
killed.
summer?
Radiant's
You watch the new
top
Matrix, so
tower
I hold
has
that
fallen.
thought.
Nightmare onto Ori. That's going to be transferred over on the Enchant. They've got Arena with another Fiend's Grip with a Soul Line, and now they're hoping to get the kill, but the finger comes out onto the Bane. They get the Kona XXS. They'll end up trading Y. Hex out onto Faith Beyond. He gets over the cliff and through the woods. Venom's Embrace comes back from Siamese Cat over onto the Grimstroke, of course.
Double grip looked way more exciting than it actually turned out to be.
Yeah, it was like there.
It was there
and
for
then
4
it didn't
seconds
matter.
though.
And it still didn't feel like that.
Yeah, crazy. Like, where was all the damage? There's no damage. Did you watch the new Matrix movie?
I have not seen it yet.
Okay. My lips are sealed.
Although I'm nervous because we were talking bad sequels, and have you seen the new Matrix? Got no 2K lead though.
I'm not gonna spoil you what happens, but it's not that good.
1K lead. Aster lead declining as Ame continues to
He's farming fast.
farm up.
Farming very fast, and Monet is surprisingly farming very slowly, to be honest. As a TA, like, you want to be way higher than that. Probably around Ame's net worth, to be honest. Struggling just a little bit.
Radiant are scanning.
7-0-0 for Ori. The James Bond going for him. Well, backwards James Bond going.
Yeah, that's definitely James Bond.
His name is Ori. Ori. I don't know what when you got.
It does not.
It's not Bond, James Bond. That's. But maybe after this game, good performance. He'll take a martini, shaken not stirred. That was my bad impression of any accent. But here we go.
That was pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah, it was off. So, Monet, Ori, sitting here together. Double damage ready to go for Monet, and he's about to have this BKB, so certainly a jumping off point for Aster where they can make something happen. But LGD, they feel the advantage, and they go to a 5-man smoke. Looks like Aster's setting up for the same.
That, he has the BKB now because he disassembled the Dragonlance, so that DD BKB is like their big timing. Ooh. So dangerous.
Monet, though, hits the BKB. But they start to retreat far enough away. They've got the Hex. Here's the Eclipse with the BKB being popped by Ame. They go after Bodica. They get the kill to the line. Another damage! It's a big one, but is it enough to get the kill to Sami's count as well as Monet? They'll buy back on the Enchantress. They look over at XXS. Oh, he's being corralled right now. He'll throw down the arena. They've got the Silence of the Spear out on Ori, or on to Nothing to Say. And Nothing to Say trying to turn this. Enchantress, Nightmare at XXS. Pretty tanky at the moment, but the Turing comes out for Nothing to Say. They get the kill to XXS. They look over at Nothing to Say to finish him off. Ori now, well, kills the Kunkka and probably stops the chase of LGD to continue to potentially get back clean of pain. Impetus damage, not too much.
Good
There's
night.
a Nightmare, but now blink forward from Ori. Not a lot of mana to work with, though. I thought maybe you'd go for it.
Nah, no chance without that mana. But yeah, the team fight, they lost an even amount of resources, I would say. It's a very, very even fight. Like, I thought the Luna was gonna die way faster with a DD on the TA. He actually survived surprisingly long.
Well placed as well.
Yeah, and then his BKB just wore off too early because he had to use it at a small camp, had to run all the way to the Ancients for like 4 or 5 seconds. He got blown up instantly after that. Like, he lived for like half a second and all gone.
Dead.
But now, no ults. So it's potentially free Roche unless LGD's like, maybe we want to contest it. Doesn't look like it though.
They're going to know they're coming over anyway with that ward on the high ground, so
Yeah.
they feel pretty safe.
So it's a free Roche for Monet, who is probably just going to build 2 more damage now. With the re-elect last fight. Like, they have a lot of good stuff, like a lot of stuns, a lot of sustained damage. But a little bit more burst would be nice.
He just into a 5-man smoke immediately.
Yeah. Without Monet though, probably.
Blink silence. He's got the X on him already, so fine.
Yep.
Radiant's
Going towards
bottom
bot,
tower
they're going to
is
find
under
Bane
attack.
if they catch up to him, and they do have that blink. Now the arena and the spear. Lucid Beam comes out, and her Spike Finger, again, connecting at the same moment, getting that kill onto Y.
There's something satisfying about just like stacking up the damage, right? It just disappears.
I want to say that Immortal feels pretty satisfying.
Yeah, the sound also.
And just the zigzag, like that hit, it hits different. Semi-scat, in a lot of trouble.
He was hit different too.
Yeah, hit quick. Killed quick. They know where the Kunkka is.
Nothing to say.
Right on him. Nothing to say. Silence up. It's a full team TP. Sonic Wave, BKB. Nothing to say. Oh, the last hit from Monet. They've got the Soulbind though with a double feed scrape. Do they have the damage to turn this around? They rip through the first life on the TA. They get the kill to Ori. They'll end his 9 times kill spree. And they'll go after Monet, who's got the BKB, and turning it around to Ame. Beyond coming over. BKB. It's long enough. And they'll TP out this TA. But man, LGD, despite the fact that they lost Nothing to Say in the beginning of that engagement, double Fiend's Grip feeling a lot more impactful this time around.
I mean, we spoke about how bad it feels to be gripped, like your carry's BKB gripped, and well, times 2 that. And
Where is my team?
Well, suddenly it's only 3 from your team that can actually do anything.
And they're all getting pinged.
Yeah.
That's a good fight without the Kunkka.
But going again.
Bobica again.
Perfect. Of course.
Hex, Earth Spike, Spear, and a Guide Rebuke. The 4 ingredients needed for a kill onto the Bane.
I like that they're still playing aggressively.
Yeah, they haven't stopped, despite the fact that they really haven't pulled away. And we did say that the game was teetering on the edge, and LGD have kind of recovered on that. But Aster have not changed the playstyle.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Which is because the late game is going to be very tough against Night Stalker, Kunkka, and Luna. And as we said, like double grip potentially.
Potentially, it feels like it's almost a given, right?
Yeah, it's a very deadly combo. Especially against like 2 backline cutters like TA and Quap. Like you want to go in together, but you really don't.
Yeah, if you catch the Quap blinking in, you're not really scared of the silence anymore with the shard.
Yeah.
The only one, I guess then you can have XXS or Bobica focus on getting the Bane, but even then that's pulling more heroes into a fight.
Into a bad position potentially too. But Quap should be somewhat safe once you get like, the Lincolns in the 25.
Here's the blink in.
Oh, you've got
He had his time, he's got the ghost ship, but still has the blink out.
Okay.
That's the time he got the combo though. Scotty finished here on the Luna. Ame high up on that net worth.
Not popping BKB there is so scary. If he gets gripped, he's gone.
You're popping the BKB
Radiant's
in.
bottom tower is under attack.
That's always what it feels like, right? Like as soon as you start shining.
Radiant are scanning.
I think that was a pretty good Banal sound.
Dire are
Like a vacuum
scanning.
cleaner.
It's just the Hoover. Ult blink, Faith Beyond in onto the Mars. The arena immediately down. They'll avoid the spear onto Ame, but it goes right through onto nothing to save. It didn't pop his BKB in time. They have the damage to get the kill on the Siamese Cat. They'll look over, and now the Soulmine's going to leash up onto Ori for a split second. They've got the Sonic Wave onto 3 of these heroes. Another look with the finger as well as the Earth Spike. Ame in a little bit too far. They'll take out the Luna. They've got the grip on Monet, and they don't really care on the side of Aster. Eventually, they'll blink right on top of Y. Ori with the double kill. And it's a 2-for-1. LGD were really expecting that fight. Kind of got sloppy for them, and nothing to say, gets hit by the spear, eventually pops the BKB, and then really wasn't much else.
Yeah, like it would have been the best if neither of them or both of them together popped the BKB, but the way it turned out is that one of them is stunned, the other committed the BKB, and then post BKB, and Luna just gets blown up by the Lion and the TA together. Like even the Sonic Wave again on 3 or even 4 heroes.
Ori's positioning on those ults has been pretty on point.
Yeah. And nothing to say going for that new carry Kunkka style kind of build.
Ooh, let's take a
the
look at this
Satanic.
again.
Oh, there's a replay. Nice, yeah.
Faith Beyond committed, then didn't commit, then went back, and you can see he's kind of unsure where to go.
It looks really weird too because they're focusing on Mars with a bow. They're dealing 0 damage to him.
Yeah. And then there's the Sonic Wave that lands on a 3.
And goodbye, Luna.
Or Spike Finger at the same time. And then, yeah, Why's got the Fiend script? They don't really compare them.
It lasts so long too. It's like, what an ability. It looks so funny. Hands up.
Titan Sliver. Drop there for Monet.
Who's getting it?
Is he just going to hold both? Elvin, Tunic, and...
Hold all of them.
Yeah, why not? Make the game really difficult for supports, just letting people hold as many neutrals as they want to get.
But En's just solo pushing down the top tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Hey, well, there's a center
Dire's
creep
top
there.
tower
Yeah, that's true. That is considered the hero actually.
Radiant
Stronger than the Eng.
structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Mindbreaker. Good one to have.
Radiant's bottom
It
tower
is, especially as a
under
Quap.
attack.
But you already had an inbuilt silence.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Now my question is, how does Ame actually feel? Because after the last, we just got blown up 100 to 0 in a second. He can't feel too confident, right? They're smoking up
his
again.
positioning again.
Is under attack.
It's a 5-man
Words on the
smoke.
high ground, XXS. He's ready for this one with the help of Bobica. They'll get the spear.
They can't lose him. They
And
can't
the
lose him.
X. They've got the stun, and there's the double feed script. Oh, they get it. Let's see what Ame can do with this. The damage is starting to come out. They get the kill to Bobica as well as XXS. They'll take out Simon's cannon. Ori, there.
Oh,
The kill
kill.
from Ame.
Easy.
Ooh, a full Team White, LGD, Aster thought they had the high ground, and well, they were mistaken. They will get burned by that lava, and LGD will take that fight clean.
The double grip is ridiculous. Like, they're both just standing there for a whole 6 seconds. Under the BKB, like,
The Hoover gets turned on, and they are cats. They literally die.
they cannot do a single thing. The positioning also from White, he was so far away from anybody. And even if he was close, they used all stuns on the Luna already.
When you break the bases of Luna, it goes fast.
Yeah,
Radiant's bottom
gone as well. Well, soon.
Let's watch it again. It was a little quick.
Look at the double fiend script. That's really the most.
Soulbind, yeah, right there. Your BKB is nothing.
Both of them just locked into place forever.
Eclipse rains down the moon.
And that's 2x is gone.
Yep.
And a massive lead now for LGD.
All of a sudden,
Aster thought they had it. LGD took it away and said, no. Can't have it.
Oh, bounty!
the Moon of Mene had other plans. Eclipse damage, doing a lot. Double Fiend's Grip, Fly, Bane.
At this
shots.
point, you can't really call it a spoiler anymore because it's old. Was there like an Eclipse in the anime? Did you watch the anime?
I did watch the first season.
Was there an
Second
Eclipse?
season is coming soon, though.
Yeah, but was there an Eclipse though?
I don't remember. I have to rewatch.
Why did you even watch it before?
I watched it like a year ago, dude. I am not good with brain stuff.
Oh yeah, I know.
The only thing that sticks in my head is all the knowledge of the Chinese region. Anything else, like I literally
20
I got
nuggets.
I did not have all 20.
Yet. Actually. I know you all too well, my friend.
Yeah, you're gonna die.
That was a one hit. That was a one hit. Out of the silver edge, cling! You're gone.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Right through that one.
I don't know what to do now, actually, as Aster. Like, these fights are just impossible. The Bane double grip combo. Who popped the BKB here?
Sprites are with us.
Going, Nightmare, and the arena down. They caught the Bane, that's exactly what they wanted, but he needs grips anyway. He actually doesn't care. They've got the control onto the Mars, the Soulbine's out. He lands onto the Enchantress as well as the TA. They're going to the back lines looking for Bobica. The damage coming in on Simon's Cat as well as Monet is enough to finish them both off. Bobica drops 2-3 heroes dead. Eventually the Bane does die, but he takes the Mars out of the equation, and they get the kills on LGD, and back onto the high ground they go. They'll call GG. LGD will even the series up at 1.
Radiant's top tower.
One fight is all it takes in a game of Dota. Your lineup scales better into the late game, you win one decisive fight.
Victory.
Two sides are down, what do? Like, honestly, this fight was just impossible. They had no chance anymore after they lost those 2 Rexes. Yeah, I mean, Y and SyncQ, they're pretty good players.
The support duo definitely putting up some fireworks.
That double grip,
when needed.
man, it was like 3 or 4 times where the double grip just completely turns the fight. And like, what do you do about it? Like, you actually have to like say, Lion, we need you to kill the Luna, but you can't do that because if you go on the Luna, you can't stop the Bane.
Yeah. All of a sudden, and even in that last fight, Bane is just like, oh, okay, well, you jumped on me with the arena. I guess I'll just Fiend's Grip you and take you out of the fight.
You know what was happening? Because he got
Но, кстати, это еще здорово. Aster смотрит как
I think going into game 3, they should be feeling pretty happy
ban.
with how they've played so far today.
I think it's not so bad if you can pinpoint exactly what went wrong, and it was fairly easy to
Aster's
pinpoint that
turn
game.
to
Like,
ban.
the Bane thing, where they ended up committing a little bit too hard, and maybe they let some of the heroes get a bit more farm than they wanted them to, maybe slightly more aggressive. You thought that they should have played less aggressive? Or?
LGD's
No,
turn
I
to
was just
ban.
asking about like how the TA was playing around at times.
LGD
A very timing
turn to
focused
pick.
hero.
Tide
If you can
Hunter.
hit like a certain momentum at the right time and then turn up to a fight with a fresh item, then that's kind of like the best possible way to play the hero. But the best possible way to play the hero in general doesn't match up with the best possible way to play the hero in that game, right? So
10
that's the kind of
seconds
middle ground they're
remaining.
trying to find there. And maybe they overcooked it a little bit. I'm honestly
5
not too sure.
seconds
That's what I was
remaining.
trying to figure out myself. Draft available for game number 3, so let's waste no time in jumping into it and find out who is going to be taking the
Team
victory
Aster's
in this
turn
very,
to
very
pick.
early but very critical series between LGD and Aster. Whoever takes this will be set up for a
PSG,
really, really good run in this
Race
DPC.
King.
I know, I see Neff cheering. I'm assuming that's because of the Bane.
Bane and OD both gone.
And I
Watch real Dota instead of sleeping.
I am so excited. Okay, so these are some of my favorite counters to the Doombringer. To the Tidehunter. We talked about these in
10
game number 1.
seconds
Grimstroke
remaining.
obviously being a fantastic pick, but also the Doom.
5 seconds remaining.
Not a lot to explain there. You press
ability,
Doom
Doom,
on him, and
yeah.
then you can't press Ravage. That's just kind of how it works. But the quick response on the Wraith King, though.
Yeah, they wanted this hero, that's for sure.
Live, he keeps hitting you because passive anyway. He gets back up, not
Team
Doom. Very cool.
Aster's turn to ban.
Yeah.
Tidehunter a good Doom target? I mean, I guess
It's the best. Yeah, it's one of those things where you can't remove Doom, right? There's no like Kraken Shell doesn't help you at all.
LGD's
And
turn
even if you
to
don't
ban.
kill the Tidehunter, he's just removed from the fight, and then you just take the fight on your terms here for Aster. But itemization is going to be really important anytime you're playing against the Doom. Things like Lotus Orbs, Lincoln Spheres, always end up being very important. But like Neff was saying,
10
Wraith King is one of
seconds
the best
remaining.
heroes, at least one position against the Doom, because
5 seconds
he's
remaining.
one of the worst Doom targets in the game. It's like chronosphering or black holing a Wraith King. It just never feels good.
Yeah, any of those big ultimates. And sometimes we see teams double down and they'll just pick like 3 of these big ultimates, and that's genuinely a good idea. And like, I like it when teams do that. You just throw spells at him and he's always got another one to. Monkey King is probably my favorite answer to Wraith King, though.
Very
I
good.
really like that when you can just throw down the Wukong command on his cook. How when he comes back, often there's teams behind him, but they ain't jumping into a Wukong's command to save you. That's for
Never.
sure.
We actually saw that as a response game 1 from Aster into the Tidehunter as well, like from that lane. So
Yeah, it'll be banned.
yeah, if I was gonna say if they don't
Team
ban it on
Aster's
PSG.LGD,
turn to
then
ban.
I'd have to imagine Aster is very happy to pick it up.
About carries the play against. I like the Monkey King. Ursa feels like is also pretty solid, but it's managed to make it through every game today.
Yeah,
Ursa.
10 seconds remaining.
favoring the Ursa in this
So
region.
disappointing. I love that hero.
Phantom
5
Assassin is the other
seconds
big one.
remaining.
Combos very well with Grimstroke, also decent enough into the Wraith King because pretty much forced to build a Monkey King bar. Takes you out of the way of your other items as well. So
PSG
I like that ban a lot.
LGD's turn to ban
I've
to
seen
ban.
people just like build a Silver Edge on the Wraith King that would Phantom Assassin. So again, I think this is like one of the games that we saw earlier where they ban out the PA because they have something in mind here that they're good against, not because of what they see so far.
10
And there's
seconds
the ban out the
remaining.
Morphling. Very bold. I'm
Yep.
curious if
5
Aster pick it up
seconds
in this
remaining.
phase. I would imagine they do. You what is probably
Team
the
Aster's
1
turn
and the
to
3.
pick.
I mean, you could pull some tricky moves here and move this Tidehunter to position 5 and just run like Gush Lane with Tidehunter and a Wraith King. It's not actually that unheard of.
Do something like that against a Doom.
Yeah.
Because if you pick the Doom and counter out the Tidehunter, it's like, okay, well, Doom
10
shuts the position
seconds remaining.
down, you don't team fight, but the Tidehunter's a 5. Well,
5
there's another position
seconds
3 that you have to
remaining.
deal with. It's not really worth the Doom 5 hero if he's not crucial.
I'm going to bet this is a support Tide. I think it is because I think Aster is realizing it now. They actually ban out the Broodmother.
Yeah. Interesting one when they side pick, man. I think that's a flexible tide.
I think it is. I think they are baiting here. I think they are.
Tide that does gymnastics.
He's a lot of yoga. Dawnbreaker.
What the hell? What's this hero?
I mean, this has got to be your one position, right?
5 seconds remaining.
Not necessarily.
I'm just gonna be. I don't know. Like the games I've seen of this hero, it's been 1 or 5.
The most we've seen of Dawn position. A lot of that when we were in South America.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty popular down. Could be position 1. It's been like that every so often. People run it in pubs on pause 3, but you have a Doom on your team already.
BP played it a few times, didn't they? They flexed it between 1 as well. So
yeah, I would say China has played it a little bit more in position 1 than 5, but it is one of those heroes that can do either. So curious to see where they end up going with this. They'll just use that the end of this phase to try and like as lock in where this hero is going to go. But PSG.LGD obviously have the next 2 picks here, so they're going to have to be scratching their heads as well.
They're smiling right now. That's concerning, man. You see a Dawnbreaker here that you don't often see picked up, and instead of concern, you're just smiling. They're going to be doing something absolutely insane. Right? It's death.
Whoa, Death Prophet.
Well, that's crazy.
Oh, never seen that hero.
I mean, percentage-based damage versus 2 strength heroes, melee strength heroes can't be bad.
They have Tiny.
Tiny.
The question is if this is a support Tiny.
Remaining.
Oh, it's getting big brain. I see. I was waiting for this. I was setting up for this. I was building this narrative for game 1 and 2. And then by game 3, I was given up. I was like, they're just going to play it by the book again. How boring. And now here they're like, whoa.
It's definitely support Tiny. I think it's Death Prophet 3, 4 position Tiny. We're going to see the 5 Tide, and we're looking for a mid laner. I think that's their lanings right now, the way that they would structure these lanes. Because you need something that stands in front of the Death Prophet if you're going to take it to the off lane.
You have 3 heroes that stand.
Yeah, but I'm saying from the support position, right? Which one of them would do it? They grabbed the Lena. Okay. Gotta be Ori's hero, right?
10 seconds remaining.
Banning out the Terror Blade.
5 seconds remaining.
Juggernaut?
Banning TB because
they have Wraith King. They're not going to go Juggernaut.
PSG.
That means I think it's a pos 5
turn to ban.
or a pos 4 Dawn break. Still looking for a carry on the side of Aster.
I'm gonna do Black a favor here and say that
anti-mage,
okay, just to help him out because I know he's thinking it.
10 seconds remaining.
I can hear. I'm channeling him from the other room right now.
I mean, if he was
5
saying it, you would be able to hear him
remaining.
because it's very loud.
If it's banning out the Terror Blade.
It's just a good matchup in the Wraith King thing, right?
ban.
Like Wraith King hates playing into the team.
I'm really struggling to figure out what PSG.LGD are going to pick because they can flex any of these. Other than the Wraith King, they're going to flex anybody anywhere they want to put them. Really.
Yes.
Razor ban. I can't believe that hero is actually still in the pool.
Remaining.
Super good against Wraith King
5
and the Tide Hunter.
seconds
So
remaining.
shut down the Tide Hunter's lane. 5 Dawnbreaker and leading in position 1 still. Nina's going to be in the mid lane.
PSG.LGD's
Very excited for
turn
these
to
last 2
pick.
picks. I think these are going to be really interesting. You've got, like you said, you have a lot of flexibility on both these drafts. I think the Dawnbreaker is right now kind of the big question mark.
Oh, Slark.
I think so.
Slark's not bad.
For LGD?
No, he's talking about for Aster.
Oh, for
10
Aster.
It's actually really good for
seconds
Aster.
remaining.
Pick up Slark.
5
the
seconds remaining.
Wraith King, Prophet, and Tide. I mean, as long as you find a little bit of farm at the start of the game, so you don't get blown up by like the Toss Avalanche.
Team Aster's
Tiny.
turn
I
to
feel
pick.
like Slark is viable here. Also, wouldn't mind Ursa, but people just don't seem to care about the bear anymore.
Unlucky.
Aw. No one cares about Ursa. Poor little guy. All right, let's find out what LGD are picking, and this should give us some sort of idea.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay.
You wanted this. You prayed for this.
5 seconds remaining.
Not specifically Tinker, but yeah, it's This is an LGD pick, right? This is a nothing to say special hero, and this is a hero I doubt he's going to lose the lane on, even against Alina. I still believe that he can. I mean, well, I say lose the lane as in at 10 minutes his net worth will be comparable. It'll be lower, but it will be comparable.
Yeah. That's why they were laughing. They were talking about this Tinker a while ago. Makes sense.
You know all the lanes now for PSG. The real question is, you know, what can you pick that gives catch? And right now, there's not a lot of options.
You know the lanes. What's the assumption? I mean, obviously
it's 5 Tide, Wraith King, safe lane, and then Death Prophet 3/4 Tiny.
Are you absolutely, because they do play Death Prophet?
Probably going to be 5 Tidehunter.
Okay.
I think they'll do 5 Tide because it's of the Doom.
Because of the Doom.
Yeah, because Death Prophet, like if she gets Exorcism off, like can still fight with being doomed. But yeah, either of those heroes, they can swap them, I guess. That's true.
Okay.
You're right.
Probably still even keeping it open now as Aster decide on what we assume is going to be their carry hero. So Monkey King still in the pool. Slark, as you mentioned before.
Gotta be Slark.
I think Monkey King's also very good here. Because he like, you just Primal Spring in, and then you have Dawnbreaker ult to follow.
It's good for finding the Tinker.
Yeah.
Monkey King. You may now select your heroes.
Solid point.
And you still need something that matches up well into the Wraith King, and really the Wukong's command. Like, you kill him inside of it once, he's going to come right back in, and he's still standing in Wukong's command. Yeah. There it is.
There it is. We called it for it a long time ago, and it finally comes out, but it does make a lot of sense.
It's just too good here.
Yeah, absolutely. So it will be Faith Beyond playing the Death Prophet. So, yep, as expected, Tidehunter on the 5. And that'll be the draft. LGD versus Aster. Wow, a long journey we've been on here. I feel like, you know, we've learned a lot in the process. We've all grown, not just as human beings, but also as friends during this process.
Yes.
But guys, what do we think of these two drafts going into the third and final game between these two teams?
I hope Tinker loses.
Okay, thank you very much, Neff.
Great. High-level analyst. I love it. Yes. No, I actually just think this Monkey King pick might be all that's needed. I really do. I think this is where it's going to come down to. If he's able to pull really far ahead in this safe lane, I'm with Aster. I really think that it's going to work.
Nothing to say Tinker. I mean, we haven't really talked so much about it because we were too busy trying to like figure things out, but is this a good Tinker game?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Against everybody other than Monkey King who's going to find him. My only issue is the repercussions of Tinker winning a competitive game.
You've made that abundantly clear. Thank you very much, Neff. Okay. Let's get into the third and final game. It is, of course, PSG.LGD versus Aster with Meekop and Black.
Thank you very much, Nomad. Man, I would love Tinker to win.
Me too, actually.
Yeah, I don't know why Neff hates Tinker so much.
55% win rate in high immortal games is not enough.
It needs to be higher.
Yeah.
70.
Sure. Anything above 50 is fine with me.
Yeah. It's all higher.
Yeah.
Prepare.
It doesn't matter how much higher, right? Like when if I ask for $1, I'm gonna be happier if I get more money, whether it's $2 or $100
or $1.
Yeah, same thing. I'm gonna be happier because you gave me more than I asked for.
I feel like Neff doesn't appreciate Tinker.
Yeah, but why not?
He never saw the OP Tinker days.
He didn't?
Overpowered, as in OP the player.
Yeah.
Yeah, he never got to see that.
Or
maybe he did, but I'm gonna say he didn't, just for the narrative.
I mean, Thompson at TI also had some interesting Tinker plays. He just kept blinking to 5 heroes.
How did I get here? All right. Tinker is fun to watch. I think Tinker. I don't think it's boring.
I agree, especially good Tinker.
And now you don't have to hear March of the Machines all
the new Tinker is so much more fun than the old one.
Yeah.
And this game is a pretty damn good Tinker game. So, Monkey King is generally very good against Tinker, right? But really, mostly when it's played as support, because you would go for Yules that can actually like stop his defense matrix TP. And you also go for the vision talent, which is something you don't necessarily want to go for when you're playing as a carry, because the other one is better suited for you, right? So he might have to like go and then just skill the other talent in order to find the Tinker in the tree somehow. But yeah, like if they don't address this Tinker, he gets a good lane, which against Lina can be a bit tricky. Then like, it's just gonna be nothing to say. So we know who's Tinker. We know he's probably the best Tinker in the region.
Yeah, well, now that OP's out, this would be a great time for him to find a team and get Tinker back into the meta.
OP.
Bring back Burning. Get OP on that team again.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Exactly. Why not?
Just do it. Get me back too.
Yeah. Well,
in the same team.
Yeah, I was wondering, like.
Yeah, I'll play off.
Oh, Burning will coach.
Oh, sure. Yeah. And it's like, he picks Antimate. He's like telling everybody what to do, and he looks at me. Ah, you already know.
Is this an Animage game? Yes.
He just asked me, Animage? Thumbs up.
It all works out.
Do you like 5 Tide?
I think it's alright.
I like
harassment. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's very mana intensive, of course.
It is. And Dawnbreaker 5 as well. Yeah, definitely interesting pot 5 picks. Dawnbreaker much more conventional than
Tide
Hunter, of course, yeah.
No strike, Avalanche on a 2, pulling that hammer back.
Top lane is very, very scary to play against. Like Dawnbreaker, whoa, I almost got the toss back. Would have been potentially a little bit scary. Still have creeps though.
Oh, gosh.
Level 2 rocket. It's a lot of damage.
Obviously a long cooldown without the rearm, but it is not fun to just stand there and eat some rockets.
The next one becoming. Yep.
How do you feel about this cosmetic? The new
Hold that thought.
Axis. Shinkyu will go down. Monet for first blood.
The Doom Axis instead of the blade, you mean?
Well, it's an axe guitar, right?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. And now he died for it. Die for it!
Yeah, kinda in trouble here.
Ow!
Right click crit. And, well, won't be able to get the kill there. And he does salve up, so he'll stay in the lane for a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll see if they keep the harassment up. They've only got enough for 1 Gush, 1 Anchor Smash.
Only 7 CS on the Monkey King though. But if he gets another kill here, that could potentially be...
Boundless Strike, very
wow, the range!
Yeah, Monkey King melee range.
How is that fair?
You never really know how long it is.
Melee range with the Jingu Bang.
She almost takes out the courier.
From the range on. Why is it classified as melee?
That, well, yeah.
Like, why does he get all the melee benefits, but like here, like TA doesn't? The range is way lower.
He's like a magician. Who's, you know, they take out the wand,
no, he's a hero.
Just keeps going.
Isn't he a hero in like some novel? I'm pretty sure it's a Chinese novel.
Fly getting run down.
Is under attack.
What at what cost? No cost, really.
Man.
He's very low on Ori. Careful here. Next rune spawn in 5 seconds. If Tinker wants to, he doesn't want to.
Well, he's got the top one secured. It'll be
a water rune.
Runes. Yeah. It'll be secured for him, and bottom one goes the way of Ori anyway. So it's not like it was anything too, you know, if he doesn't get it, it doesn't ruin the win. You're giving me this look. I can't even look at you directly.
Why? I'm just smiling. You say I need to be happier. I'm happy.
Yeah, sure.
Radiant structures.
Oh, what do I do?
Tide Hunter rotations.
He's about to catch him. Whoa. Very ambitious stun. Ow!
Some rockets, some lasers.
That was what Ori was saying IRL.
Tide was hoping to maybe get a gush.
Yeah, the 300 damage gush out of nowhere. I mean, despite them being up 3-0, they're at a goal disadvantage just because of the CS in the lane. Making absolutely farming. And Monkey King got killed, which is the only reason he actually has a game. Like, if he didn't have first blood and the other kill.
Feel that great.
Yeah, he's really low in the CS shots. And nothing to say, beating Ori, you know.
Well, I's gonna die again.
Goodbye, man.
The question is, will neutrals swipe a last hit? No. Ori will get it.
I think he stole 2 small creeps though, so worth it.
I don't know if the math checks out on that.
It does not. but you gotta, you know, gotta dream big and believe.
Has anybody ever won a pacifist game?
No. Yes, probably with Lycan or something. Cause there were games where people GG'd out super early, right? Oh, nothing to say.
He's still okay.
Of course. So annoying.
That taunt.
What is that tornado thing? Like the taunt? Why is it like a whirlwind?
Why not?
I hate that TP.
Illusion.
Nothing to say. Throwing out some rockets again.
Yeah. Nothing unusual there.
Monet.
Nah, no damage. Do they?
Radiant's bottom tower
They
is
say
under
that,
attack.
but Spirit Siphon and just needs one more Crypt Swarm. Spirit Siphon again. Oh, got him.
Behold is the answer.
Dude, they wouldn't have had the damage if we dodged it. Then you gotta give me. You gotta give me that. You gotta give me that.
I will. You got it.
Okay.
You're off the hook.
Thank you.
Radiant's
I was like, no
bottom
way.
tower is under attack.
It's a bit spicy. Oh, it's a Tink rotation bottom.
Yeah, and Ame's here. Not a lot of mana, but he's got
He has no
the
ult
help
too.
of the Soul Ring.
Yeah, he has no ult too. Gotta be careful. And CQ also
Dire
did in,
structures
but nothing to
are
say that.
fortified.
Nah, I don't feel comfortable there.
Yeah, TP really didn't do anything. Pop the Soul Ring. Threw a stun.
That's because Arma didn't have ulti skill, I think. So he had like second thoughts. Oh my god, he still
It's
doesn't
still
have ulti.
dangerous. They know all three are here. Good avalanche to potentially save the life of Ame.
He has the mana burn creep too on Doom. So they know
That is such a pain.
that even if it's
Radiant
skilled, he won't have
are
mana for it.
But
Well-
you seem quite happy to me.
Late Soul Ring.
You need more than that. 180. Sorry, only gives 150. Alright, this is mana burn tiny. It's obnoxious.
Yeah, I don't know about this one, Tiny. They're converging on your location and they will get the kill 5-1. XXS getting the credit for that and they'll get it, well, they'll get the tier 1.
Yep, going straight into the Midas again on the Doom,
Radiant's
as we
bottom tower
see
has
most of the
fallen.
time, not always. But Tinker's game is pretty slow, but as I say
Dire's
that,
top
Ori's
tower
game is even
is under
slower
attack.
on the Lina.
Radiant's middle
Both
tower
mids
is
kinda-
under attack.
Still getting off the ground.
Yeah, nothing like crazy. Oh yeah, so we spoke about the other day, remember skeletons? It's a very balanced mechanic.
Dire's
And they
top
respawn
tower
too?
has fallen.
Yeah, I don't know why they respawn.
Yeah, it's so unneeded, right?
They'd still be strong without respawning.
Yeah, it's like, imagine if Lycan Wolves respawn.
Haste.
That's just the shard ability.
They become undead werewolves.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Just lead for LGD. Aster, is that more so padded because of the Doom? Are they really like?
No,
It's
it
going
is,
for
right?
Midas, so it's not like net worth they're really putting into fighting.
It always is with the Doom though, right? Like, yeah, you just generate gold out of nothing. How much GPM is that? Like 200 something? Pretty ridiculous
Radiant's
amount.
middle tower is under attack.
But yeah, I haven't really seen a tiny 4 in the longest time, so I'm interested to see what CQ can actually do with him. So far, not a whole lot, but maybe soon.
Money to burn.
We'll have to see.
And Monkey King is still so poor despite having like those 2 kills. Like,
still
just really
got off the
imagine if we
course.
didn't have that. Like, he would be so far behind.
He'd probably be closer to
Dire's
under
middle
the Lina,
tower
right?
is under attack.
He would be way under the Lina. Probably like 3.2k or so, maybe even less.
I mean, they were looking to get Wraith King. They're looking to make
Oh, just look at the rocket spam. It's
Ame
so
pay.
annoying.
Yeah, and just a vision advantage right now for LGD and those rockets coming out.
Dire's
It'll
middle
force them
tower
off the
is
mid-tier
under
1,
attack.
and yeah, Glyph will happen, but hey, well, here are my skeletons. And,
Where did they
still
come
gonna get
from?
the tower.
They came from the mid camp and next to the outpost. It's so obnoxious.
They don't have brains. They just go to whatever.
Yeah, and they last for like a minute or so.
Interesting Inkswell, but Blazer's there to kill the creep and make sure the Inkswell doesn't pop on these heroes. Potentially putting Faith down in a bit of a
Dire's
sticky
middle
situation.
tower has fallen.
will get the tier 1 over mid. Phaeton gets credit for that, and eventually he'll get those ghosts back and his life. So another tower taken by LGD. Pretty calm game from them overall. This isn't the high tempo aggression we saw, but it is high tempo in that taking towers and pressuring the map.
Yeah, the Doom is going to be absolutely massive soon though. Like he's probably gonna have his BKB in a couple of minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes. He's actually going for the blink first, yeah. So he wants to push up the pace more. Like they also know, like late game is gonna be so difficult against this Tinker. Like you don't want to go late game against this draft. Who's gonna catch him? The Monkey King is the only one that can do it, but can he really do it? Because he actually needs to be in a fight and hit people.
Because if he's not putting out damage and the Lena doesn't really have a lot, it may not really matter.
That Ravage here. Gotta be careful. And just pops the ult, huh?
Yeah, right into a Ravage, and then out of the circle they go. Dawnbreaker comes in. This is why on the Tide, this isn't like a free Tide that you're going to really feel confident in killing after you get him. And they get the kill into Siamese Cat. They'll look over. Crypt Swarm hits on a Monet as well as Ori. And these rockets start to come out. They'll run down Monet. They'll get themselves a triple kill on Ame. An easy fight from LGD, and they don't even get the Tide. So, like, yeah, you go for the Tide. You're trying to get a 5 out of the fight, but even if you do,
Dire's top
that really doesn't salvage the fact that you got pretty much obliterated.
I don't know what it was about. Like he just jumped on the Wraith King, popped his ult, no stun, follow up at all or anything. And supports just get picked off one by one, and even your Monkey King ends up dying. Like that was really like a massive misplay. It wasn't even like LGD did anything crazy, you know? They just walked into the Wraith King. Yeah. Like, hey Wraith King, I'm gonna pop Wukong. You wanna walk out of it? Okay. Oh, that's a good one, though.
Yeah, that's a good combo. Potentially 2 kills here. They'll get 1, and they'll get the second. Or he gets 1, Monet gets the other. That's the combo they're looking for, and that's maybe a bit of an overstep from LGD to put them in a position like that.
Luckily, it's only the 2 supports, but it's a good pickup. Like the problem is that Doom also TP'd, so all of their resources are allocated at the top lane now. Like no core is pushing out the bot lane, so it's a little bit inefficient. Yeah, like Doom is still actually not really far ahead, considering his item build. Like he should be way more ahead.
Yeah, considering you've gone Devour, 4, and Midas.
Yeah.
Radiant are
only 300 gold ahead of Ame. It just shows what kind of game Ame is having at the moment too. We'll go for this stack, the laser at low, and we'll see who gets the CS. Most likely they want to give it away to Ame.
Yeah, I think I got actually most of them, but Ame got the big ones, so like a 50-50 sort of deal.
Not bad.
Take the big one.